Welcome back to the stage of history.
Oh my god, chat. Yeah, we are on the cusp. Are we? Are we on the cusp? It's hard to tell, you know, if this is really going to be the thing that all of us are expecting it to be or hoping it'll be. Hi, chat. Are we? How hard are we about to mosey? Huh? How are we about to see the word or hear the word mosey? You know? Hang on a second. Let's do this. Let's do this. I have to go. Let's close this window. Jesus Christ, chat. Unprofessional assholes. Sorry. I didn't mean to call you an unprofessional asshole. No opening. Yeah, we have a no opening. Hang on a sec. Damn, this is all. I've watched this so many times. If we get something on this level, this is a 2-minute trailer, and it's one of the most godlike 2 minutes ever. If we get something on this level, I'm insanely happy.
Long ago, we looked upon a
doesn't need to be gameplay. It just needs to hype the fuck out of me is what it needs to do.
The memory of the star that
and yes, I am definitely hoping
eternal in our hearts.
I'm definitely hoping that it's going to be something for 7 Remake Part 2.
In its wake came an age of silence.
This was almost 7 years ago to the
Yet
date.
With each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten.
I just realized that was the cell agents, right? The guys that were working with Avalanche? I think that's what they're hinting at. This is the Avalanche cell. Huh, I never went back and realized that shit. These dudes aren't dudes working for these aren't dudes working for Shinra. These are the guys that essentially are halfway through the story that like sort of make fun of Avalanche. Yeah, I mean they look different, right? But if you think about the situation, these guys are hiding in Midgar seemingly from a helicopter.
Those encountered were
they're the Avalanche cell. Yeah, Avalanche HQ guys.
That someday we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking.
Jesus, this trailer is incredible. This trailer is incredible.
But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand.
I don't think a single trailer has caused as much hype as this shit.
Fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
It's getting remade. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That was when they pushed the button. They pushed the fucking button, chat. Did you know that they pushed the fucking button? Yeah, somebody was saying that they're wearing the red armbands that all of the Avalanche cell agents sort of wear. Well, there you go. Cool. I mean, their design obviously changed because the game obviously changed, you know? But can I watch a bunch of 7 Remake? Yes. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. This is the best one. Right? Hold on a second. Damn, this is before they were even easy allies. Oh, is this video like gone now? Is this like somebody else watching it? No. Where is it, chat? Where's the old easy allies guys? Come on. Oh no. That this is who's this other dude? Is that okay. Yeah, this is the best one.
Every time must be nice. Final Fantasy, the beginning of a new world.
Now that adorable world of Final Fantasy will be released exclusively in PlayStation and video game history. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I am proud to announce that by popular demand, we have a very special treat for everyone.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it, dude. Everybody's standing up suddenly.
Holy F.
The memory of a star that threatened all
They did
burns
both?
eternal in our hearts.
Oh my god. What the freaking
Yet with
You
each
maniacs!
falling
No.
star,
What are you doing? Midgar looks exactly like that. What are you doing?
Midgar looks just like that. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Midgar looks just like
after
that.
the world calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion.
Huber is losing it. Who is that? 777s, thank you. Dungeon, thank you.
How did they keep this secret?
For they are coming back.
Christ. Barrett. Oh my god. No.
The promise.
Everyone at this point is thinking it's a movie. Everybody thinks it's a movie.
No, this ain't real. It's gotta be like a movie or something. No. Go.
Huber just. Oh, that shit gives me tears. It's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, just losing their goddamn minds. Oh, it's so funny.
What is happening?
There's a great shot of the in the crowd. Yeah.
Fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings.
You could just, dude, to be in that audience when this happened. It'd have been insane. Everyone flips out. So sick. Right? Still one of the greatest. Unfortunately, you know, it was a 5-year gap from that to when the game would actually come out. 5 goddamn years. But, you know, it ended up being worth it. It did end up being worth it. Completely changed devs.
So
Who's this weird shithead?
previously on Max
Completely
Reacts to
changed
Final Fantasy
devs?
VII.
No.
Now, 3 generation back to the PlayStation.
Yeah, at the PSX event, there's a dude just straight crying.
Fucking shitting me?
With the upscaled original graphics.
Upscaled fucking graphics. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we wanted, dude.
I don't think this dude works for
Thank
Square
you
anymore,
so
does
much
he?
for the 1080p PS1 game.
I don't think this guy. I don't think this guy actually works for Square anymore.
Stage time. No, fuck this. That's fucking ridiculous.
I think he retired, didn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back.
He's working with Sony. Oh.
Exactly what I wanted. Sony, this is exactly what I wanted.
Now, many years ago, Square Enix released a groundbreaking title that went on to become one of the most beloved games.
What is that? Is that a live stream?
Video game history.
Is that a fucking live stream?
Tonight,
Me and JJ
popular demand.
literally when we were first going out,
Hold on to your butts.
watched a lot of Advent Children.
Oh, fuck.
So she knows.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky. The memory of the star that threatened all burns eternal in our hearts.
Wow, what a remake.
Yeah, the slide.
Everyone can tell what it is. The question is, what is it? Right?
Oh my fucking god! It's happening!
With each
The question is, like, what
fond
was it?
remembrance, we knew those in
It looks super fucking cool! Oh, fucking music!
someday we would see them again.
Caveman time.
Perhaps it was no more than wishful
Don't be a movie. Don't be a
Everybody
movie,
thinks
Nomura.
the same thing at the same time. It's hilarious. It's like the trailer, it was intentional.
Never come out.
If they took him off that to work on this, I'm okay with it. Don't be a movie.
Now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear.
Totally gonna be a
But
movie.
let us face whatever it brings.
I don't want to believe it.
Look at it already.
Are coming back.
Oh my fucking god! No way! Oh, my body! Wait for it. Yes!
Play it first.
They pushed the fucking button! Urgency! That's fucking happening! Ready, get high! Ready, let's go!
Yeah, in the official video, the first reveal, the official Sony one. Hold on a second.
Welcome back to the stage.
There's like the dude that is just like losing his mind. It's almost hard to find that now, right? I don't know. It's almost difficult to like locate that one.
To the stage of history.
Wow. Wow. There's definitely some oh yeah, I remember this dude.
Whatever it brings.
Why the fuck I can't move right
For they are coming back.
Oh my god! No, they didn't!
Last
Oh! No, they didn't! Oh! Oh my god! No, they didn't! Oh! This cannot be real! This cannot be... Oh my god! They didn't do this! Oh my god! This cannot be real!
Watch up here.
Sony just won!
We're proud to announce that Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming first to PlayStation 4.
This cannot be real! This is the greatest day ever!
Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of like expectations, right? Just a little bit. A lot of people seem to be generally a little excited, and this could be maybe Square isn't even live yet. Friggin' Square Enix, not even live yet. They're sitting here waiting. So I don't know, right? I don't know. Yo, Hitbox Johnny, thank you. And it sucked, kinda. Well, you'll never make some people happy. The chance of the chance of Remake Part 2 being here is very likely, right? I don't know any other place you would put it. I really don't. So at this point, there's like a lot of other things. What do I want out of this? How about that? What do I want? I want to see what the hell's going on with Ever Crisis. Ever Crisis is probably one of the most exciting announcements from last year's E3. And genuinely seemed cool. Like, for anybody that didn't like the fact that Remake was going in a completely different direction, Ever Crisis really looked like it was going to be the classic Remake that a lot of people wanted. Which is dope. But, at the same time, I hope it comes to console, right? I hope they got enough response for that, where they're like, hey, you know what? Because isn't like First Soldier or something like that? Isn't First Soldier supposedly getting like a PC version or something? Like, the fact that it was just on PC was kind of just on mobile was kind of disappointing, even though it looked really goddamn good. So I'm hoping that over the past year, the reason we've seen absolutely nothing on it is the fact that maybe they'll actually make like a PS4 version or something, or a PC version, and just let us play this shit. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We don't even know how that stuff is going to work, how they're actually going to monetize the game or anything like that. We have no idea. Isn't it too soon for 7 Remake Part 2 announcement? I would say yes, right? I would say it is actually too soon to see anything on Remake Part 2, even a teaser. But here's the thing. Everything is leading up to the fact that there could be a teaser. There has even been a whole bunch of rumors that Crisis Core of old games could also be remade or remastered in some way, which is interesting and I think cool, but and I said this last night, Crisis Core is definitely, of all the compilation of FF7 games, the best one of all of them by a long shot. But man, if you go back and play that game, you're going to be harshly reminded that the gameplay is fucking whack. And there's a lot of story stuff that is cool, and there's a lot of cool world building and some good characters, especially in the second half. But sweet Jesus, man, the gameplay is fucking rough. To the point where I don't know if I would just want to remaster and have to go through the whole damn DMV thing again. I think I would prefer just to get like a different game. So I don't know. Like, and I don't see them completely remaking Crisis Core. I just see them probably remastering it. However, it is still stuck on PSP, you know? Most people that play it nowadays play it on emulator because PSP has great emulators. So I can understand why they would want to re-release it, because it would be super successful, right? It would be a crazy successful game. If it is an actual remake, small scale, large scale, whatever, please, dear God, the gameplay has to change. Please, dear God. Maybe, just maybe, here's a crazy crackpot prediction. Here's my crazy crackpot 250 gift sub prediction if these things all take place. Here we go. You ready? My insane crackpot prediction is that Square Enix internal isn't the ones making a Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core remake. Crackpot prediction. It's not Square making it. It's CyberConnect 2. It's the guys that were originally working. Hold on a second. Thank you. Hold on a second. It's the guys that were originally making the first version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they still had a relationship with them, and maybe they're the ones that are putting together a Crisis Core remake with the battle system of FF7. I'm just saying that would make a lot of sense to me. It wouldn't be as expensive and crazy as a full-blown Square Enix made remake, but that feels like that a lot of shit there would possibly line up. So that's a 250 gift sub bet if there is a Crisis Core actual remake and it's made by someone outside of Square like CyberConnect 2. You know what? I won't even say if it's CyberConnect 2 specifically. I'll say it is anybody else, right? If an outside Square Enix developer is making Crisis Core remake, if that's actually happening. But no, that's a very specific situation, you know? That's a very specific situation. The best thing that could happen is that game is being remade and they're actually doing something about the battle system. They're doing something about the gameplay, which is what needs the most work. Yeah, CyberConnect 2 could be busy. You know, who knows? They just have a relationship with Square that existed. They were working on 7 Remake for 2 to 3 years before it switched developers. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That would make a lot of sense to me. Wouldn't that spoil the story? No. Because here's the thing. If you've played Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's not a retelling of the same story. It's not. And for anybody that's like played enough 7 Remake and has actually read what the producers and read what the writers of the game have said about it, it's a sequel. 7 Remake is not a remake of old FF7. It is a remake in name because that's referring to certain characters' intentions. It's not a retelling. If you want a retelling of FF7 Classic, that's pretty much Crisis Core, you know? This is essentially post-Advent Children in weird ways. So there's a lot, and that people still don't believe that. People still think that it is a game that's standalone and it's just taking liberties with the original story. No, the developers have absolutely hinted at it for a long time and then practically said that shit. Did I mean Ever Crisis? Yeah, sorry, Ever Crisis. Did I say Crisis Core? The developers have been hinting at it for a long time. And then the latest like books and interviews that have come out over the past like year, it's practically like confirmed that the level 4 like fucking Omega brain theory shit is mostly true. So, I mean, I'm just saying, there's a reason why the timeline is changing and like where the characters are going now at the end of the game is essentially uncontrolled because they're not bound to the events of the original FF7 anymore. Weird shit's about to happen. So that leaves the availability for understanding of what happened to Zack before in the past open, right? It's actually probably better that you can get a full understanding of what happened to Zack before, because a lot of people won't play the original FF7. Yeah, plot ghosts are gone. For anybody that's super worried that plot ghosts are going to be a big issue in the future game, and didn't pick up on what's happening in the story, you literally kill them, right? You literally battle the most annoying thing of Final Fantasy VII Remake proper. You literally kill them at the end of the game. So they're gone, right? There's no more time Jannies. That's like the whole point of the ending. So slightly excited. Here's the crazy thing. I don't think, and here's another. Let's do 150 gift subs because I think it's likely, right? I'll just be happy. 150 gift sub bet that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is shown in some way. 150 in any way. It could be a logo. It could be a teaser. They have to show something, though. They can't just have Nomura on screen and he pulls out, takes off his jacket and it says, "We do it." No, that doesn't count. You have to show something, right? If it is a teaser like the old 2-minute teaser, cool. If it's a logo, cool. If it's key art, cool. That's something. But there has to be something for Remake Part 2. That's 150 gift subs. Why is that so low? Because I think it's very likely. I think the chances of that is very likely. If Gact shows up in some way, I'm not giving you goddamn anything. I'm not giving you anything. Nobody's happy, okay? I'm not giving you anything. Shut up. Hi, thank you. 777's from Vlad. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That was very nice of you. No! I'm not giving you things for Gact showing up. I'm giving you things for things that I want. Anyway, hi chat. He's gonna fucking I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Just they couldn't oh god. There is accepting the fucking reality of 5 minutes. Hang on a second. Square! Is the YouTube channel live? Does anybody know? I don't know. Not yet? Oh God. God.
Back to the stage of history.
God. Anyway, don't want to talk about it. Let's just let what happens. I have faith that even if they brought back Genesis, that they maybe could do it well and not horribly like it was done in Crisis Core. I have a little bit, a tiny amount of faith that what they did with some of the compilation of FF7 characters so far in FF7 Remake was actually handled very tastefully. So I'm just saying that maybe, right? That just maybe there's a chance where they can make it not awful. Yeah, they did. They made those characters okay on intermission, right? They made Dirge characters relatively fine in intermission. It was not as horribly weird as it was the original game. I hope if Gact shows up, I hope if Genesis shows up, he's eating hair. That's what I want. That's what I want. I hope he eats some hair. He's just nom 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 nom, right? And that's just how it goes. Make it nice and tasteful, right? Create something that is like really understanding for everybody. He's chewing on. He's got a big pile of like hair in one hand, and so a dumb apple in the other, and he like smatters the hair all over the dumb apple and goes nom, 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 nom. And it's like in CG and it's like 4K, you know, to really get us on their side. Where the fuck is the video? Thank you. Who gave me $100 while I was ranting? What happened? Hold on a second. There's a lot of stuff happening. Silent Bob reached 100 months last night and don't plan on unsubscribing anytime soon. Hopefully we hear 7 Remake getting released on Xbox. I hope that happens. Yeah, I hope Xbox and Steam definitely happens. That would be fantastic. All right, chat, it's 3 minutes out. I'm going to start preparing stuff. Hang on a second. This is freaking... I'm getting freaked out here. YouTube is live? Okay. Is it youtube.com/Square Enix? No. FF7 25th anniversary. I can't believe the Twitch channel isn't live. YouTube. Premieres in 60 seconds. All right. This is acting as a premiere video, so let's just go ahead and do this one. Premieres in 60 seconds. All right. Here we go. Just let's just wait for it. everyone calm down. Oh, my apologies to everybody. Mort the Chicken, I loved your name. Thank you. Put us into sub mode for now. Just for now. After this, we're going to immediately jump over to the Capcom horse shit and go see what's happening with Dragon's Dogma 2 so we can see a Dragon's Dogma 2 t-shirt announcement. Then we're going to go check that out. All right. All right. So my apologies, guys. It gets a little too hammy around here. We have several bets in place of what could possibly happen that would make everybody very happy. So let's hope they're announcing a Final Fantasy VII Capcom fighting game. That's what I want. Final Fantasy VII, the fighting game made by Capcom. Let's go. Or Bandai Namco, whoever. Just they got so many requests for Tifa that they just decided to make a fighting game. You know? Cool. With Final Fantasy VII characters? Dope. I think that'd be cool. I'd be kind of okay with that. Don't call it Air Guys. Whatever you do, do not call it Air Guys. I'd prefer not to bless the ring again. Let's keep the ring being blessed back in the 90s, please. Still 1 minute. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, FF7 Steam Edition would be great. That would be good. Shit, they're definitely building a lot of excitement. I can feel it. You know what they would say? They would say, the wind is pushing me. Unfortunately, something else is happening at the exact same time that we're not allowed to watch. Because this is slightly more important. Just slightly more important. Fuck, come on. Come on. Come on. It's 3. No, it is 3. Come on, dude. Oh, you motherfucker! Oh, you piece of shits! Oh. I already see the bit rate. Oh my god, I can't believe Square's Twitch page is still not up. All right, so this is where to be, right? This is where we need to be. It's running at 30. Okay, it is running at 30. Damn it, Square Enix. You do a very good job. Doing a very good job at getting a lot of people very excited. I hope you know that, right? I hope everybody at Square Enix realizes that announcing an FF7 25th anniversary stream, right, is very telling of what could be here. It's not 2 hours. No, it's not. I would be very mad. Jeez, dude. This music, by the way, sounds very FF7-y. But it's not from Remake. I just realized. It sounds very FF7-y. But nothing that I really recognize from the original. This sounds like something that would play when you go into, like, the Shinra Mansion or some shit. You know? Sounds like world map. It sounds dour, right? It sounds like... Okay, anyway. They should have had a theater in LA. They should have put this at, like, you know, the Coliseum in Los Angeles or something. And just had an entire giant audience of people here to watch this shit. This should have been at the Microsoft Theater. I would have been down for that. Okay. Are my glasses clean? And oh my god. There's schmutz getting in the way of my eyes. Okay. Alright. Just make sure. Nothing in my peripherals. Alright. Gameplay footage. Cool. Cool. Okay. Right, that's what we're here for. Advent children stuff? All right. Wow. Wow, okay. Wow, okay, so they're really going over everything here. Wow, okay. So we're going over the whole compilation? And then it's going to be Dirge after this? And then it's going to be Remake? Oh, shit. Okay. No FF7 Remake! There was no... Okay. There was no remake. Fascinating. Slightly concerned.
Cloud, let us defy destiny.
Steam version.
Together.
Steam and Xbox?
We're gonna drop plate number 7.
You're gonna do what?
What the?
There it
This
is.
will be a memory to cherish for the rest of your lives.
What have you done?
We deserve what's coming to us.
Yeah, but I'm not your sister.
No.
Let the hunt begin.
Can't believe they made Weiss actually cool and this guy. They managed to make him cool. For Steam? There we go. Oh God, tomorrow. Oh God.
皆さんこんにちは。
Tomorrow.
ファイナルファンタジー7 25周年放送。ファイナルファンタジー7 25th アニバーサリーセレブレーションの案内役を務めます北瀬義則です。この放送では FF7 に関連したさまざまな情報をお届けしていきます。短い時間ではありますが、皆様にお伝えしたい最新情報がたくさんありますので、ぜひ最後までお付き合いください。最初にご覧いただいたのはファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードの Steam 版の配信決定のお知らせでした。Steam ユーザーの皆さん、お待たせいたしました。ついにこの日がやってまいりました。
Stacking blocking?
PlayStation 4版 Final Fantasy 7 リメイクは
We finally did it. We got to the Steam version. Unfortunately, Xbox not in there yet.
昨年は PlayStation 5版、そして
What if there's going to be
Final Fantasy 7 リメイクインターグレードをエピックゲームストアで発売いたしました。
If there's going to be any improvements.
この度 Steam でリリースすることで、さらに多くのプレイヤーの皆さんに楽しんでいただきたいと考えております。また、ファイナルファンタジー7リメイク
Wow, that's kind of neat.
すでに一部地域で
But all
発売
big
されている
games usually are working on Steam Deck,
Steam Deck に
right?
も対応いたします。Steam Deck なら場所を選ばず気軽に本作をお楽しみいただけます。さて、続いては FF7 25周年に
Okay,
関連
good.
した
Don't
情
spend too
報を
much
ご覧
time.
ください。
We ain't got a lot of time. Come on. No! I swear to God, if you're showing me t-shirts, I swear to God, I swear to God, if you're showing me CDs and t-shirts, this is not the time and or the place. That's very cool, right? Make it fast, right? Make it fast. Yeah, get moving. Get moving. Come on. Come on, get moving. I'm looking at this thing. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. And the Tifa statue shows up. Vinyl, great. Cool, vinyls are cool. Come on, man. Cool. Let it go. It was less than 60 seconds, right? It's fine. It was less than 60 seconds. We're all very hungry people.
FF725 周年ファンの皆様と楽しめるようさまざまな試みを準備しております。楽しみにお待ちください。それでは FF7 モバイルタイトルの情報を続けてご覧ください。
Okay. Please don't show us First Soldier. Do not. Don't do it. All right. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It might be a short trailer. The game's been out for a while. Please show us Ever Crisis soon after this. Okay. Hordian Season 3? Cool. My beard is getting itchy. That's not a good sign. Hey, okay. There it is. Wow, the beginning of Crisis Core. Spiritual remake. So here's the question. Jesus. Wow, static backgrounds for everything. Holy shit, it is just being made like the... Oh, goddamn! Holy fuck, dude. Actual static backgrounds. With modern battle system. Please be on things other than just mobile. So they're showing 7 remake, 7 original and Crisis Core right now. Oh my god, Cloud's wearing his adventure outfit! Tifa's wearing something! Aerith is officially a waifu. Oh, gee! Oh, Jesus! It's the calm flashback! Oh, Jesus! Okay, there's Genesis. There he is. This is fucking awesome, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is pretty much what a lot of people wanted. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of people wanted a classic remake. It looks good. Is it gonna be on other things than mobile, though? Is it flashing between the 2 different versions of Sephiroth? What the fuck? Did they change the way he looks? I think they did. They changed the way he looks in Crisis Core. Closed beta, and it's still for Android and iOS only. Beta?
現在配信中のファイナルファンタジー7ザ・ファーストソルジャーの新情報とファイナルファンタジー7エバークライシスの最新映像をお届けいたしました。続いてはこちらをご覧ください。
Yes, something else?
FF7 ファンの皆様にはきっと喜んでいただける情報になるのではないでしょうか。もちろん私自身も非常に楽しみにしております。
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Old voice. Actual Crisis Core. His old voice.
Zach speaking.
Making progress, Zach?
Oh my god.
And you. I can cut loose, right?
Within reason.
It's showtime.
Oh my god, it's Crisis Core. The DMV thing is in the top left
Soldier
still.
First Class Genesis. A month ago. He went missing during a mission in Wutai.
You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
It is 100% a remake.
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust, and that's a real waste.
The dialogue has not changed. The lines are the same. And to be honest, the battle system looks very similar too. It looks to be, I don't know if there's that much new combat. It looks to be pretty similar.
Project G gave birth to the man we know as Genesis.
Project G.
Project Genesis.
The dialogue is the same.
Zack the puppy. What do you know? Shit, lapdogs!
Yeah, this just looks to be a really pretty remaster. At least it seems that way, right? Yeah, the menus are mostly the same.
Heaven?
Not quite. It's a church.
Like a really pretty remaster.
By the way, what is your dream? To become first? Is it?
No, to become a hero.
Ah, good. Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens,
how much do you think this will be?
Protect your honor.
I don't know.
As soldier!
It doesn't.
Come and get it!
It doesn't. Reunion. Okay. All right. It looks good. Available this winter on Nintendo Switch.
さて、次の映像が最後
Oh
の
my
情報
god,
で
it's
す。
not over.
それではどうぞご覧ください。
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, fuck you.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future, even if it has been written, can be changed. So focus on the future, not the past.
he wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side. I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
Fuck.
You were here with me 5 years ago. Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Oh, they're fucking doing it too. Jesus. Next winter? There's actually a release time frame?
ファイナルファンタジー7
Winter
リメイクプロジェクトの
2024?
第2作目にあたるファイナルファンタジー7リバースを発表させていただきました。現在チーム一丸となって鋭意制作中です。そしてリメイクプロジェクトの発表時から複数作にわたって展開することをお伝えしておりましたが、ファイナルファンタジー7リメイク、ファイナルファンタジー7リバース、そしてその先のもう一作の全3部作で完結することをお知らせいたします。
I've been saying this shit since 2015.
リバースを楽しみにしていただき、ぜひ本プロジェクトの完結までお付き合いいただければと思います。25周年もそれ以降も皆様にお楽しみいただけるようチーム一同尽力してまいります。本日はお付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。
Everything delivered. Everything delivered. It was the best 10 minutes of your life. It was the best 10 minutes of your life, chat. It certainly was. It delivered crazy hard. Holy mother of God. Wow. Dude, they showed Nibelheim. They showed all the ridiculous ass conflict. I'm gonna play this music, right? I'm losing it right now. Things are moving I'm losing it right now. I don't even... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, and the Capcom thing is still happening. I haven't even had a chance to lose. Fuck, man. Ever Crisis is happening soon with a beta. Crisis Core is coming out this year, and potentially 1 year after that, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is also coming out. Next winter essentially means like December to what, March? Right? Is that what that means? December to March from 2023 to 2024. So winter 2023 could be the end of the year, but it most likely is going to be around the same release window that 7 Remake Part 1 was originally, which was like, what, February, March-ish? Winter is only December. Yes, no, it's not. It's probably going to be anytime within that time frame next year. And here's the crazy part. That'll be soon after Final Fantasy 16, right? That's not even that far. Sweet Jesus, dude. My prediction is March 2024. That's my prediction. It's actually early 2024. Sweet Jesus, dude. Did we fucking call everything? I don't fucking believe it, man. We called the title shit. How it's going to be like Final Fantasy VII remake, and then it was going to do RE something like Rebirth or Reunion, Revitalization. I don't fucking know. We called that shit like a year and a half ago. And then something else, and then Revengeance. You know? Oh my God. Fuck, man. It's all happening. There's big trailers. There's big fat trailers. Look, put us out of sub mode. Take that shit out of here. Big fat ass trailer. I need the 4K version. I need it in English. Okay, this is fine. I'll take the Japanese version. I'll take it. And this whole thing is based on the premise that shit is playing out differently, right? That's like the gimmick of this trailer, is that different scenarios are now happening because Destiny's all jacked. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. Fucking Nibelheim looks ridiculous. Oh my fucking... This is the mountain trek that Cloud and Sephiroth take to go check out the reactor in the past. Still alluding to the fact that Zack and Cloud made it somewhere in some place to back to Midgar.
Stage of history.
I just realized. Next gen only game. And you know what that means? You know what that means? Unreal Engine 5 next gen only. That's what that means. That they switched to Unreal 5. They talked about that a while ago, and it's next gen only. Is it current gen as well? Is there anything else? Did they confirm current gen? There's no PC. PlayStation 100% bought exclusivity because of how much Remake Part 1 sold, right? So they bought exclusivity again. But the fact that it's next gen only, and the same thing's going to happen where it comes out on PC eventually, right? This game is only 3 parts. Imagine how much content is going to be in Rebirth. So they've been working on this shit since 2019, right? They said that they were already in production of Part 2 in October or November of 2019, before Part 1 was even out. So you have to consider, if it comes out in 2030, God, man. If Part 1 came out in 2020, then they'll have like 4 to 5 years of dev time, right? For this stuff. Okay, I'm checking Twitter and all this stuff. Hang on a sec, chat. Jesus, dude. Give me 1 second. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's going to be so much bullshit to analyze. What's on Twitter? The Unknown Journey will continue. 7 Rebirth, the second game in the 7 Remake trilogy, launches next winter on PlayStation 5. PS5, and it's 3 parts. It's a trilogy. And guess what? Guess what part 2 is going to be if it's a trilogy? Can you guess what part 2 is gonna be? Can you guess? Part 2, in a thematic trilogy, as far as the story, is the part where the characters are at their lowest. Is the Empire Strikes Back of Final Fantasy VII. And get fucking ready to see everybody suffer! Get ready! Everybody's gonna suffer! Get ready! It's gonna be great! Hang on a second. Can't wait! Oh, my characters are gonna get fucked up! Hang on. What else is there? Is there big fatty trailers? Do we got some 4K horse shit? I should probably check my press site. I don't see anything. Jesus Christ, I'm spitting everywhere. Wait. Oh, messages from the directors. Okay. From Nomura, as revealed on the broadcast, there are currently 4 FF7 projects in development in parallel. Each of the titles plays a different role. They are all connected throughout the high-quality depictions of 7's world and characters. As someone who is involved with the development of each one of the titles, I deeply understand the vision and thought behind each project. I'm actively involved in the development process for all 4 titles. Cool. Rebirth is being designed so that people can enjoy this game whether they know the original game or not. In fact, new players might even enjoy starting their Final Fantasy VII journey in Rebirth. Cloud and his friends embark on a new journey in this game and believe that the scenes that they witness after leaving Midgar will give players a fresh new experience. Yoink. I can't wait to share the intention behind the first title remake and the...
Welcome back to the stage of history.
They called me crazy, right? They said I was nuts. They said I was fucking crazy, is what they said. I can't wait to share the intention of the naming first title Remake and the second title Rebirth. In time, I hope to reveal what the third title will be called, which is where the journey will ultimately lead. Revengeance. The development of 7 Rebirth has been progressing rapidly since we adopted a new dev structure. The title of this scale, in which everything is interconnected even before production began, is truly rare. In fact, some development has already begun on the third title. I myself have started on the development and am working towards the completion of the series. Wow. So Nomura is already working on part 3 right now. And you know why? Because a lot of the open world shit, the bigger zones and world stuff is going to be relatively connected, you know? Reunion? Isn't Crisis Core called Reunion? Isn't FF7 Crisis Core Reunion? I was thinking that it would be called that. But I don't know. The Crisis Core already took that name, didn't it? Anyway, we will work to deliver this title to fans with the same amount of enthusiasm from now to reach the finish line. In the meantime, please enjoy the other 25th anniversary projects. They're giving us stuff to wet our whistle, which is nice, right? The coolest part about leading up to this game is that throughout the rest of this year, we got the Ever Crisis re-release. The Ever Crisis beta, as well as Crisis Core re-release. And then Ever Crisis is likely going to come out of beta phase and be fully developed and be an actual launched game in some way. So that'll most likely happen over the span of the next year or so. So the cool part is that leading up to 7 Rebirth Part 2, there's going to be a lot of shit. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that's going to eventually be happening. So yeah, this in 16 or next year, likely not. This says winter of next winter, meaning that it can be anywhere from December to March. So is it coming out the same year as 16? I don't think it will, but I do think it'll be very early 2024. And that lines up very well with their previous release windows. Jesus! Next! Fucking Jesus! Sorry, chat. I am so overjoyed that we're able to announce 7 Rebirth, and I feel a strong sense of duty to deliver the ultimate 7 experience to the fans eagerly awaiting this game. The development has already entered full production, and the team is highly motivated to put everything together on the project to create a finished game. The 7 Remake project will be a 3-part trilogy, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is more than just one installment in the series. is much more than just one installment in the series. I'm a little excited. We are developing it with all the passion and dedication needed to create an original game and plan to deliver the ultimate gameplay and world building experience. Trust me, it'll be worth it. And this is from Hamaguchi, who's the lead director now, who was the co-director on part 1, right? Nomura is not the lead director anymore, and he's now the creative director. In fact, a lot of us were presuming that because Nomura was super busy in part 1, that he was working on Kingdom Hearts as well as a bunch of probably 15 other Kingdom Hearts projects and shit. This dude was the co-director of part 1, and we sort of were assuming that he was mostly like the lead director, but Nomura's name is a big weighty name behind part 1, so he has to be in there. It was our assumption that this guy, because you got to, outside of some parts in 7 Remake, it doesn't feel very Nomurian, you know? It doesn't. It feels like very different throughout the majority of it. So it's mostly like the people that were running up from part 1 are also leading part 2, is what that sort of means to me. So from Kitase, we've officially announced the second title of F7 Remake Rebirth. Fucking Jesus, I can't believe I'm saying this. Released next winter, 3 years after the original 7 Remake released in April 2020. Approximately 3 years. Okay. Damn, dude. Ads? God damn it, chat! I'm talking here! You're stuck in fucking ads? I'll wait. Mods, let everybody know I'm waiting. Fucking ads! Really? Can you guys still see me flipping out in like a little image on the left? God damn it, chat! Hurry up, I want to read this! Will you fucking hurry up, chat?
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Hurry the fuck up, chat! Yo, Wesley, how's it going, man? What's up, dude? How's Saturn collecting going? It's been brutal lately. Hi. Fucking chat, come on! Sorry. Broken Magnum, thank you. We have these very generous people trying to alleviate the ad issue, okay? I get it. Twitch is a different platform than it was 3 years ago. Sorry. I'm waiting patiently. Yeah, this being red, right? You have to understand that, like, art and intention behind giant multi-million-dollar projects all has a reason. It all has a meaning. This shit being red in comparison to the usual calming blues, I'm getting into some art direction shit here, is absolutely the fact that it's like dawning red. Oh man. You know what that means, right? Red is usually not an association with positivity. It means that there's some dank shit gonna happen to our characters. It's also like Meteor. Are we out of ads yet? Are we out of the fucking ad hell space? Can I read the rest of this shit before I start freaking out and predicting what the hell's gonna happen? Because it being 3 parts means so much. That means that part 2 can end at several different spots that might be insanely impactful for where the hell the story is going. Are we done? Are we done? Are we clear? Are we done and we clear? And then we have this crazy Dragon's Dogma horseshit to watch. No spoilers! Are we done? Okay, we're done. 3 years may feel like a long time for all fans. And by the way, 3 years is like, in comparison how we waited from the initial announcement to the actual release, that was 5 years? That's nothing, dude. For eagerly waiting the next game, but we want to offer the best experience possible to reassure everyone that development is proceeding at an astonishingly fast pace in such a large-scale HD title. Damn, Square is still talking about making HD games in 2022. That's how interesting some Square Enix development actually is. Making the middle part of a trilogy has its own challenges, but there are plenty of classic second installments in the world. Did you read that? Are you fucking reading what's on the screen right now? Are you reading it? Do you see what is right? Okay, anyway, let's just, how many times have I used the term Empire Strikes Back over and over again? Making the middle part of a trilogy has its own challenges, but there are plenty of classic second installments in the world of film that are defined by stunning story twists, and deeper explorations of their characters. Often, these second installments become a favorite amongst the fans. In the same vein, we are aiming to make 7 Rebirth an even more gripping and memorable experience than 7 Remake, so please wait a little longer while we finish up. Holy fucking shit, chat. Holy fucking shit.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
I don't even... You have to realize this isn't just a sequel. It's the second part of a trilogy, right? The second part of a trilogy. So, what is he referring to? Of, like, beloved classic second installments in the world of film that are a part of a trilogy. That he's absolutely referring to Empire Strikes Back. And that's what we've been predicting for literally years, that part 2 is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of FF7. It just is. What happens in part 2? The characters are... What happens in part 2 of a trilogy, and as far as like a well-produced trilogy, ones that people like, the characters are essentially put through their worst, right? In film space where you have like a chronology of like a timeline that spans over 3 movies, the second movie is the most dour, where it's like hope is essentially like everything is fucked and hope is lost. Which is why Kung Fu Panda 2, fucking shut up, chat! Which is why that part 2 has to end at the most sour part of the game. And you would think it would be the passing of a beloved character, but I don't think it is. Here's my crazy prediction. My crazy prediction that I have been predicting for a hell of a long time, now that we know this is going to be a trilogy, is that part 2 is going to be a big globe-trotting adventure. Part 2 is going to be all about traveling the world, big environments. Not actually, I don't think it will be open world, but I think it will be huge zones, similar to the way that sort of FF15 had really big zones, and like Horizon Zero Dawn, like the Horizon games have really big zones. Like, I feel like that's the best way to approach part 2, where I don't need it to be specifically open world, you know? I don't need to drive into a city and do all this crazy city shit. Yeah, wide linear is the word that I hate to use because of its memery, but it's absolutely what they should do, because that's kind of what the original FF7 is. Just make FF7 just wider and bigger, and essentially allow people to explore a bit. But you don't have to go crazy. Like, we don't have to like drive a car and then we get busted by the cops in a city, or like, oh, we don't need to do all this crazy GTA bullshit. We don't need that. We just need there to be big zones, kind of like FF15, as well as games like Horizon. That's completely fine in my personal opinion. But a globe-trotting adventure that is not going to end specifically at Nibelheim. And the fact that they're showing Nibelheim so early is because that's the beginning of the game. I'm calling it right now, and I've been calling it since we beat part 1. The opening of Rebirth is going to be the Nibelheim flashback. You're essentially just starting the game with Cloud and Sephiroth in the back of a truck talking about stuff. And then you fight a dragon, and that's your tutorial. Your tutorial is the Nibelheim flashback, and essentially, by the time the game starts, you're out into the real world, you know? It's in the fucking trailer, right? It's the first things they're showing because it was likely the first stuff they worked on. So by the time you get to Nibelheim, they already have all that work done, you know? Nibelheim is already a fleshed out place that they've made at the beginning of the game, that by the time you get to Nibelheim, most of that content is like ready to go. So I don't think this game ends at Nibelheim now that it's part 3. I don't. I think we're going to meet Cid. I think we're going to go to Wutai. I think the Golden Saucer. I think we're going to go to Temple of the Ancients. Thematically, the best places to end part 2 is clearly at the one where everybody thinks it's going to end, right? Clearly, yeah, Dine is going to be there. Clearly, where everyone thinks part 2 is going to end is where it's most likely going to end. However, giant, huge brain, right? End of disc 1 is what a lot of people are predicting, but here's my huge brain where they could actually go with this and what I think would be better, because it's a better cutoff. That moment isn't actually where part 2 Rebirth ends. It would specifically be at the Northern Crater. get characters to the top of the world, because that's where like the end of the Empire Strikes Back part of the story, in my personal opinion, would be better concluded. Because at that point of the game, this is some spoilers, specific main characters are presumed dead. Everybody's been split up. The bad guys are winning. The normal bad guys from the first part of the game are also technically losing. Everybody's losing. The world is at an end. Tifa and Barrett are in jail and about to be executed. Like, everything is insanely dour. And it's like the best spot to like stop right here. And then what is part 3? A giant kaiju hunting adventure. The crazy ass end of disc 2, as well as disc 3, where it's like, what does part 3 focus on? Part 1 is a corridor city adventure in Midgar. Part 2 is a globe-trotting adventure to the top of the earth, or to the top of Gaia. And then part 3 is all about the world has now changed. These huge fucking monsters are essentially ravaging the planet, and it's up to your party to now travel the world that has already been figured out, right? From part 2, take down these fucking monsters, and then figure out what's going on, right? That, and then you get to now figure out combat. How do we fight the fucking diamond weapon and shit? How do we fight the Ultima weapon? Like, I just can't fucking wait. It turns into Final Fantasy VII Monster Hunter at that point, because that's like the coolest part of the end of FF7 is that you get this crazy ass kaiju adventure at the end. I can't fucking wait. That's my prediction. That's my prediction that part 2 is actually going to end at the crater. It's going to end somewhere right around that time frame, because it fits best that part 3. And where does part 3 begin? Huge brain prediction. Part 3 begins with the attack of Junyuan Harbor. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. That acts as like a great tutorial sequence, a big action set piece before your characters are set off on an adventure. And your characters are essentially set off on an adventure in part 3 to go find who? To go find your party, right? That's the part of the game that's like Final Fantasy VI, where everyone's scattered, everything's fucked. We have to get everyone back together and go fuck shit up, right? Let's fucking go. Oh god damn! If they pull this shit off, it's going to be goddamn ridiculous, dude. And it just, to me, it's always made sense. Like, that would be the best way that you can split up these games into 3 parts. It's always made sense. What else can I look at? Give me something to look at. My DMs are flooding right now. My ass is on fire. Hold on a second. Trailers in English. Do we have... Okay, big celebration shit. My eyes are blinded. First look trailer. There's got to be a 4K version of the trailer, right? There has to be. By the way, this looks great. Ever Crisis looks so goddamn good. I don't need the trailer. I need the 4K version of the trailer. Does it not exist yet? Maybe not. Maybe not.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future, even if it has been written, can be changed. So focus on the future, not the past.
Oh my god! Focus on the future, not the past? And what do they show? Focus on the future, not the past. And they show this. The past. What happened before. We can change that. Oh, fuck, man! Oh, fuck! It's a sequel! I mean, granted, we know now. Granted, we definitely know now.
He wants to finish what he started.
Once again, leading to the idea that the end of Final Fantasy VII, that Kitase literally said, leading to the idea that the end of FF7 original was a bad ending. Eventually, it led to shit going very south, and people just die, right? Was technically the bad ending.
He wants to finish what he started.
I just realized, yeah, compass at the top of the screen. Very Horizon-esque looking compass with your destination. That is very far away.
He wants to reclaim his birthright.
Dude, this trailer is fucking trash. This quality can suck my ass. I can see the bitrate dying and they're barely moving.
And rule over the planet with Genova at his side. I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died?
Cool. Cool. Cloud's memory of what happened to Tifa is all jacked up.
That I'm some kind of imposter?
Cloud, oh man. Cloud is going to be remembering shit in part 2 that he doesn't realize what happened or not, and he's going to be suspecting everybody. That's an interesting take, right? Because that's not in the original. That Cloud's going to get and that's going to be like, as at the end of part 1, everyone's sort of buddy-buddy with each other. Like, the conflict that makes part 1 really good is sort of gone. So I was a little worried about that everyone's just walking down a road. We're chill with each other, right? Everyone's happy to be in this party. We're having a good time. It's rainy. Let's go sit at that inn and talk about shit. And I was kind of like, man, you know, I feel like the best part of the story of part 1 is the fact that everyone's at odds end with each other, right? That every character has their own interests and motivations and they're sort of colliding in many ways. That's what makes part 1 really good, because they figured that stuff out by the end. But now they're setting up for the fact that Cloud is seemingly doubting his own memories and doubting the people around him. That level of like paranoia that he has because he's truly fucked up could make part 2 super interesting. And that's a much different take than what is happening with the original game.
You were here with me 5 years ago. Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Oh, I'm trying so hard to find you? That is the date, right? That dialogue is specifically from the date with Aerith, where you are sitting in the cart, just floating around in the cart at the Golden Saucer, where she keeps saying over and over again, I'm trying to find you, the real you. And Cloud doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, right? That's the Golden Saucer date. Max the White Feather. What about the White Feather? Huh? What about it? I mean, it's the same white feather that sort of like is at the in FF7, right? You think this is Angeal's feather? Is that what that you're saying, that they were teasing Angeel at the beginning of FF7 in general? In 7 Remake? The feather is black in part 1. Is it really? Forrest Gump is confirmed?
Be changed. So focus on the future, not the past.
He wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright.
Wants to finish what he started.
And rule over the planet with Genova at his side.
Angeel is alive? I think it's... Here's the thing. Chat is looking at this shit literally, right? You're looking at this shit literally instead of figuratively, chat, right? Like, I don't mean it just means that Angeel is alive type shit. I think it's more of a figurative thing that, yes, it's referring to the fact that those characters are sort of like representing what could be happening to characters.
Saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
Good lord, dude. Fucking Nibelheim looks insane. You think the white feather represents Aerith, who is opposite of Sephiroth? I mean, yeah, I think that's more IGN 4K? I think that's what I'm getting out of this. Everyone thinks he's like white feather Angeel. To me, it feels more like Aerith. To me, that's what it seems like. Like the black feather is Sephiroth. The white one, it feels like that's Aerith. I don't know. Maybe. I could be wrong. But I'm making an early prediction that they're referring to Aerith because that feather is essentially showing up whenever Aerith is talking. Ever Crisis 4K. That's Crisis Core.
Welcome back.
Rebirth.
Stage of history.
No. No. It's not in 4K. It is not. It is not. The one trailer that's in 4K is Crisis Core. It's Crisis Core.
You were here with me 5 years ago. Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
You're playing as Sephiroth, 100%. Yeah, if anybody's curious, right? If anybody's curious, this part, at the beginning of the game, we predicted this multiple years ago. At the beginning of the game, you're going to go through Nibelheim flashback in a tutorial sequence where you control Cloud and Sephiroth as a party together. And they will finally fulfill the 25-year-old like game facts argument. Is there a way to control Sephiroth in the original FF7 outside of using like a Game Shark? We said this several times where it's like, oh, you'll finally be able to control Sephiroth in a Final Fantasy game outside of Urgeis or some shit, and you'll be able to play as him, you know? Urgeis and Dissidia, you know? So yes, I mean, he'll either be an assist, but Cloud and Sephiroth will be teaming up because they're simpatico at the beginning of this flashback. He might be like Sonon, or he could just be a second party member because the game has to teach you how to use party members, right? Is there anything else at the end here? Wow, okay. One more time.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future, even if it has been written, can be changed. So focus on the future, not the past.
He wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Jenova at his side. I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Wait.
I'm shocked they showed gameplay, number one.
That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
You were here with me 5 years ago. Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Yeah, well, Cloud just says Zack's name, right? In the Japanese when he says Zaxu, but he's referring to him clearly in this trailer, so that's just translation difference. That's nothing crazy. He just says his name. He knows who Zack is, clearly, and he even references him here. I'm trying to find you. He just doesn't say, I'm trying to find Zack, right? Not because that's a translation thing. Sorry, I feel like I failed you. Is Zack? No, I think that's Cloud. Right?
To you.
I think that's Cloud.
Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry.
That's Cloud.
Feel like I failed you.
That's hard to tell, man. Who would Zack be referring to if that's the case? It's hard to tell. Check Audrey's Twitter, of course. That's hard to tell. I don't know. It could be Zack, yeah. Okay.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Yeah, Audrey thinks it is also a reference to Angeal.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And that would make, I guess that would, you know what, you're right, chat. I guess that would also make sense because why would they put out Crisis Core? You know? My only problem is that, here's my only problem. Angeal's kind of a shitty character. Like, he represents something that's cool. He represents, like, this father figure to Zack type stuff in Crisis Core. But he is just a goddamn wet blanket of a character that is like, I want to like this guy, but he is insanely fucking boring. And he doesn't really get any like great moments or anything in Crisis Core. But here's the thing. We're not back in 2007 or 8 anymore, right? We're not back in the PSP era where they really didn't know how to like build characters outside of Zack, who's the only genuine great character in Crisis Core. I'm like thinking how they would approach Angeal with a modern take, right? And actually make him interesting. Maybe, you know, just maybe. Showing younger Sephiroth in the Ever Crisis trailer. Reunion makes me think that it's quite obvious we'll see Angeal, Genesis, and Cisne and 7 Rebirth, since their character models are pretty on par. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's a good chance. No, it says winter 2023. They said winter 2023. Yeah. And the Crisis Core reboot appears to be... It appears to be more of not just a complete remake, but like a remaster, because a lot of the gameplay looked very similar. Maybe they'll change it. It's just next winter? Well, that's the earliest it could possibly be, so people are reporting 2023. Right? Next winter is not this winter. Are you saying people are misinterpreting that? No. Next winter implies the winter after this one, which is December 2023 to March 2024. If giant websites are having a tough time figuring that out, then I don't know what to say. But yes, early 2023, it could show up at the very tail end of 2023, but likely not. Yeah, most likely you're getting March 2024. They actually said 3 years after the Squeenix site. They said 3 years from the remake, though? Fuck, you're right. You're right, and I hate it. That's so confusing. Hold on a second. I can admit when I'm wrong, but you're right. Because he did say, 3 years may feel like a long time for all the fans who are eagerly awaiting the next game, but we wanted to offer the best experience possible. Yeah, and if it's still in December of 2023, that's still technically 3 years. Right? I think that's sort of confusing. You know what? I think I got it. 3 fiscal years. You remember that shit we always talk about, chat? The crazy Japanese release time windows? This would 100% still be within 3 fiscal years of Final Fantasy VII. And you have to realize in the Japanese mindset, when they think about releasing games, they're not thinking about actual dates, they're thinking of fiscal dates. Because the fiscal year of 2020, the fiscal year technically ended when the part 1 came out, right? By the time this will still come out fiscal 2023, because guess what? Fiscal 2023 goes all the way until March 31st, 2023 in Japan. And the first game barely came out after the end of the previous fiscal year. Approximately 3 years after the original FF7 remake. Approximately, you know? To me, 3 business years makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the actual end of the fiscal year for 2023 is the end of March 2024. So, once again, winter is December to Marchish. Jesus Christ!
Godlike.
Center Shocks, thank you for the 50 gift subs. Right? Makes sense. So I'm calling it they're absolutely, just predicting it right now, they're going to come back and clear up any confusion that might have existed from the announcement of when it's coming out. They're going to come back and announce that, like, oh no, for anyone that's confused, we specifically mean the winter time frame of 2023 to 2024. 3 years after April 2020. Yeah.
Welcome back to the
anyway.
stage of history.
We need a crazy whiteboard and red string. No, we don't. No. We don't need the crazy ass like whiteboard and red string Kingdom Hearts shit. We don't need that anymore, right? Where I'm like the crazy dude pointing from this to this to this. No. No, we got fucking confirmed of all that shit. I don't need a whiteboard anymore. I need a college course, right? Now I'm like going to be showing you guys how things actually are. So instead of this crazy asshole with his hair all fucking flipped out, pointing at shit, linking to this and to this, I'm going to actually be charging you guys a tuition fee about how to, this is Final Fantasy VII Remake Story 101. This is what they're doing. This goes to here. This goes to that. Now I'm going to teach you guys what the fuck is going on because it fucking makes sense. Now things are working together. I'm now the Final Fantasy VII Linus Tech Tips. I'm going to tech the tip out of you. Tech the tip the shit out of you. What else can I look at? Is that it? Have we covered everything? Fuck. Fuck, man. Fuck. The Dragon's Dogma thing we got to check out. I think I'm going to watch the Dragon's Dogma thing from the start, right? I think I will. But I do want to see the Ever Crisis trailer one more time. Really quick. This is in Japanese! Because I'm on the Japanese YouTube.
To the stage of history. Welcome back to the stage of history.
What? There it is. Almost got upset. So this is actually, I mean, just throwing it out. I'm not going to pause it. Thematically, this makes sense to where the story is going. Why would they remake part 1 in like a 1-to-1 remake situation, like it's the old PlayStation game? Why would they essentially remake these games in the way that a lot of people was asking for remakes of these games? Because the originals are still important, right? At the end of 7 Remake Part 1, it felt like, oh shit, no, you should definitely play FF7 original. And this is now here for that purpose, right? If you don't want to just buy the old game, if you want to play like a new version of the old game, you can. Because that is still super important to the story, that you know what has happened in the past, what has happened in the previous version. And the fact that, holy shit, costumes. I'm gonna get the weirdest, fattest mobile device. I have to find the thing with the craziest, biggest ass balls that can pump out the visuals to look as good as possible. Or just pray to God that it can run on an emulator. Lazard. So this is all Crisis Core, all original FF7 stuff. And this is mostly the Nibelheim incident, right, that they're showing here. With pre-rendered backgrounds, which is nuts. And younger Sephiroth. Right? Actual younger Sephiroth from the flashback. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if that's technically referring to... It looks almost like Kadaj, but it's not. Because he doesn't have the double blade, right? It's not Kadaj's weird double sword. It's just a regular sword. Interesting. Right? New info on FF7 about game development? I think we saw that on Twitter. I think we read that. Let's watch this one again. This one's actually in 4K.
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Oh, this cutscene has definitely been sent through 4K image processing. Definitely has.
Zach speaking.
Making progress, Zach?
And Gio. I can cut loose, right?
So, clearly it doesn't look to be on the same level of a Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm really curious if our insane bet about Crisis Core actually came true, right? I'm very curious if our crackpot bet that, okay, Crisis Core is essentially being remade but and remastered by a different company. It looks like CyberConnect 2, is all I'm saying. Like, that an outside developer was going to, like, repolish the hell out of this game. Like, I don't know, but I would love to see if there's actually information of who's making this, because that was a crazy sub-bet that we put down. That Square wasn't going to be making this, that it was going to be CyberConnect 2. To sort of reevaluate that relationship, you know, because that probably left a sour taste in their mouths. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Crisis Core reunion info from here. New 3D models, fully voiced, system optimized, new UI and environments, improved character and camera control, skip features, and new BGM. No big gameplay changes, which is unfortunate. I don't think that they are talking about who's making it, so we don't have that confirmation yet. I might owe you guys some gift subs a bit later. But that's the biggest concern, right? The biggest concern is that the gameplay is still going to modulate all over your phase.
Within reason.
It's showtime.
But I mean, it looks good. We'll play it. We played this not that long ago.
Soldier First Class Genesis. A month ago. He went missing.
The combat will definitely feel better, most likely.
You know, I've never
one of the bigger issues with Crisis Core Original is that there's a lot of weird input delay, right? For some reason, you just having, I don't know why they would have like an open running action game in some ways, like turn-based action game, but for some reason it feels worse than like Kingdom Hearts did. I don't know why. Like the auto attack everything felt weirdly delayed. So maybe if they approach that with like a modern sensibility, it won't feel like shit to run around and hit enemies and stuff. There was like a huge buffer when attacking. Yeah, I might be a PSP thing, and that's what I hope gets fixed. Playing the game, the actual combat felt really bad. This is all the opening. I mean, it looks really good. It looks like a proper, like, really honorable treatment of Crisis Core. Activating combat mode.
Project G gave birth to the man we know as Genesis.
Project G.
Project Genesis.
Settle down.
Yeah, Crisis Core is this winter.
The puppy.
Crisis Core could come out sometime between like
shit, we're lapdogs.
Could come out this year. And it's on everything. It's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC, it's on Switch. We got a lot of shit to play before the before part 2 comes out.
Hello?
Fuck, that looks great.
Heaven?
Not quite.
Unfortunately, the dialogue is the exact same, right? The thing that bugs me the most about Crisis Core is that every character in this game is like a robot except for Zack. Zack is like the only human character in a weird fantasy world where everyone around him is some super weird robot. And it's like, Zack's just super confused by what the fuck is happening around me. Why doesn't anything make any sense? And he's right. Like, you sympathize with Zack so much in Crisis Core because everyone around him is weird as fuck.
Dream? To become first? Is it?
No, to become a hero.
Yeah, his voice is different.
Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens.
That was Aerith's voice actor. That was Brianna's voice. That makes sense.
As soldier! Come and get it!
It's the 7 remake voice actors. Really? Is that Zack's voice actor as well? This winter. So this is coming out anywhere between December to March 2023 to 2024. Like, we get one big Final Fantasy VII game a year. One big one, you know? Yes, and it's literally on everything, including Switch. It doesn't say Switch Cloud horse shit, right? Maybe this will just scale down, and it'll be on Switch as well. Maybe. And also, you know, remake part 1 is on, did I say 2020? I'm sorry, 2022 to 2023. There's been a lot of information over the past, few minutes. Oh, what the fuck? 7 Remake Revisited is a weekly behind-the-scenes look at the development of the game, one chapter at a time. Find out if Barrett can wield the Buster Sword and more in Chapter 1. What the fuck? Oh, this is super cool. Oh my god, that like an entire behind-the-scenes bullshit on what it took to put the game together, like an entire dev diary. Okay, we'll have to go over this. I'm gonna have to revisit this because that's awesome. That's some good content right there. Me likey. Retweet, like. What else do we have? Jesus Christ, man. I can't believe that this 10-minute presentation is potentially better than the majority of entire shows that were shown this not E3, you know? Holy shit.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
I'm gonna have to get onto a podcast with the Easy Allies guys or something, right? I'm gonna have to go talk to like Ben and Huber and stuff, and everybody that's there. I'm gonna have to go talk to them again about all the crazy implications of this shit. I'm just gonna have to, because we definitely were able to bounce some ideas off of each other the most. I have to figure that out. All right, chat. I think we're good, right? I think we're good. I don't need to see this one. I'm good. We saw enough of this one. Hang on a second. There was one more thing. There was an actual direct screenshot. Not a trailer screenshot, a direct screenshot.
Awesome combo.
2 direct feed screenshots. God damn. Oh, this has shades of in-game visuals, right? This does not actually. I don't think this is pre-rendered. This has this 100%, especially up in here, has shades of it not being pre-rendered, like that it's actually like Unreal Engine 5. Holy shit, next gen, baby. You thought the faces couldn't look any better? Holy shit. And this obviously is. Let's fit this to screen. Right? Wow. Foliage. Right? Everyone said the same thing. Foliage. And that's going to be the cool fucking part of going to Nibelheim at this part of the game. Because Nibelheim's reactor has been relatively abandoned. And everyone's complaining that all this weird shit is happening there. So that's why you're literally here, to climb these insanely treacherous mountains where they stuck a reactor to go up there and figure shit out. So it's going to be all overgrown and nasty and shit. Why is Max always right? Because it just makes, you know, the only reason I'm right, the only reason I've been right about a lot of this shit is because that would lead to the best situation, right? If they were to do things and truly respect the originals and do the coolest thing you possibly could, that would make the most sense if they did that shit. And that's the only reason that I'm thinking why a lot of it's coming true, is because, once again, the devs certainly seem to have a head on their shoulders where they were really trying to make something special that people would like. So I'm paying attention just because I have the perspective of all this shit of how they should do it, how I think they should do it. And yes, there's people that are running these projects that really want to make this shit work. Luminous or UE5. The devs already said that the production a long time ago would most likely be in Unreal Engine 5. There's almost no reason to use Luminous because Luminous is already proving to be weird again with Forspoken. So it's Unreal again. Jesus, man. Jesus. All right. Part 2, chat. Right? Part 2. Let me go back and let's just watch this other thing in full because I haven't had a chance to see it yet. It's only 12 minutes. Right? This is only 12 minutes. All right. Let's watch this one.
さんこんにちは。
Okay.
この動画をご覧いただきありがとうございます。カプコンドラゴンズドグマディレクターの逸野秀明です。先日ドラゴンズドグマは10周年を迎えることができました。これも皆様の応援のおかげです。本当にありがとうございます。
Okay.
今日はですね、ドラゴンズドグマが
Director of
どんな
Rival
風に
Schools
生まれたかっていうのを
and Power
皆さんと一緒
Stone
に振り返
and
っていきたい
CVS2.
と思います。それではこちらの映像をどうぞ。
Cool. Give us a good reason to play through this game again, you know? It's been a long time since I played Dark Arisen or the original.
一番最初はやっぱりゲームブックですね。日本に入ってきた一番最初のゲームブックをもう予約して買って、それ家で夢中になってサイコロ振りながらですね、インチキ専用に進んでいってサイコロ振ってあーっつってやり直してっていうのをやってたのが一番最初。
Is E3 over?
ハイファンタジーとか RPG に触れたのは一番最初そこでしたね。
Was that the end of E3?
まあだからゲームはアーケードコンシューマー限らずめちゃめちゃ好きでずっとやってたんですけど、
SF2 Turbo、
まあ、RPG も大好きでやってたんですけど、まあとにかく当時のやつは経験値上げをね。
This guy is one of the last like big Capcom veterans. He's been literally making games and in a game making position since the 90s.
入ってるってとこもあってですね。ここの戦闘部分が
This is originally the first big Capcom fighting game director.
思ってて、特にスト2が出た後とかだと戦闘部分がスト2みたいな自由度の高いアクションで、
Jeez. Street Fighter roots in Dragon's Dogma? Dope.
欲しいなっていうのはずっと思ってました。当初アーケードと呼ばれる、業務用のゲームを作る部署に入って、
And there he made Power Stone. Or this, we're going way earlier. Way earlier. Jeez, he's been around even longer than I thought. Yeah, he directed Alpha.
アーケードと、変わらない、能力になってきた時にうちの部署も両方アーケードコンシューマー両方作るような感じに変わっていきまして、ちょうどですねその頃
Dope. We mentioned Rival Schools from an official Capcom creator in 2022. And Star Gladiator? Wow. Wow.
体制になっていきました。大きくコンシューマー側にシフトしていった時期になるん
And
です
then
ね。
he made
2000年の初め頃っていうのは。
Power Stone.
その時にまあ僕らのいてたもともとアーケードだった部署が大ヒットゲームを作ろうぜということでたくさんね大きなタイトルが立ち上がった時期がありました。
CVS2?
その一つがかねてからね当時の僕のボスと一緒にこういうの作りたいねって言ってたもともとアーケード版のダンジョン&ドラゴンズを、うちの部署で作ってたのもありまして、このハイファンタジーの世界を今の技術で、皆さんに遊んでもらいたいな。
And this never came to fruition, right? Because Dragon's Dogma took, like, from what I understand, 10 plus years?
モンスターハンターですね。
That turned into Monster Hunter, okay.
一人用プレイに特化したゲームとして僕が担当して立ち上げようとした RPG っていうのが1個ありました。これはコンセプトとしては
Yeah, this was Dragon's Dogma.
RPG なんだけども
I remember hearing from even the Capcom producers at the time that the game had been in development forever.
RPG にしたいなって。当然うちのねアクション大好きなうちの部署が作ってるんでアクション RPG っていうところで、計画していたプロジェクトになります。オンラインじゃないんだけども みんなで遊べるっていうのが
And it's funny because we never played it, but that turns into Dragon's Dogma Online as well,
しながらパーティープレイのような
which never got released
ゲ
here.
ームを作れないかなっていうのをベースに考えてました。まあそれがずっと温めてたポーンシステムの元一番最初の原型という形になります。もう前
Is this like Capcom's Dark Souls? Sorta. More like Capcom's Elder Scrolls.
でまあそれはまあほどなく終わったんですけども、まあどうしてもその後3作りたくなりましてですね。まあ途中から関わってたもんで、ゼロから作りたいなってところで3作らせてくださいっていうことでレベル3だったと。次何したいですかみたいな話がプロデューサーが出てですね。でそれだったらもともとデビルに関わる前に作ってたアクション RPG 作りたいんやけどという話に、まあ、深夜のファミレスでして、ほなそれやりますかという話で当時プロデューサーと盛り上がって、まあ、会社の方に掛け合うと。
Gotta get approval.
アクション RPG っていう中で池野くんがね最初に
Oh, here's Daigo Ikeno, one of the Capcom god artists. Guy who created the way Third Strike looks.
なんか掴んで登れるとか戦闘違う絵にならへんで言われて、
大概ね、大概みんなでっかいキャラ出したくなるでしょ。で大概大きいキャラ出てくるのに足元でねつけるような絵になるから。
The Dark Souls issue.
やっぱりもうちょっと絵代わりしないと。
An interesting thing about this chat is that an art director isn't somebody that just draws things and then you make the things that you draw in the game to look that way. No, an art director is responsible for what is the visual acclamation of the whole game. What do we do to create an artistic style that looks different? How do we create this world? How do we create a cohesive element that brings everything together? And that isn't just in visuals, that's also in combat. How do we figure out how to make things look cool, right? That's an art director for the most part. They're a part of that whole process. They work with the game development team. They work with the directors. They work with even like different any element of things that are visual language is what an art director does. So to have an art director be like, oh, how do we figure out how mounting works, right? How do we get around the idea that you just jump on the feet and stab them in the feet? Oh, how do we work around that? That art director is 100% a part of that. They usually also are pretty goddamn amazing artists.
今までずっとアクションやってきたでしょ。ね、だから普通に作ったらね、従来デビルとかね、格闘ゲームで培ったまあ面白いアクションゲームはできる。
This game's available right now, Chad. This game you're looking at. If you've never played Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, the full expansion of Dragon's Dogma, go get it. It's super cheap on Steam. Probably on sale right now.
とにかく魔法の
It's $5. It's a near 10-year-old game, but it's definitely interesting. It's an open world game, or it's a large zone game is what it is.
長い難しい呪文を喋らなあかんとかっていうのって全然それってアクションゲームのアクションと一緒やから
Master Zan, you can't go wrong.
っていうところでまあ始めた
It's weak to fire, Arisen.
いろいろねみんな工夫してやってくれたとこもあるのかなというふうには思ってますね。
ドラゴンズドグマの舞台としてはロケハンで訪れたイングランドをイメージしてました。あとはフィールドのデザインはウェールズ地方っていうのがあるんですけど、そこの古城や海岸線のイメージを
Wolves hunt and pack arisen.
参考にもしてました。とにかく雑草を見てきて。雑草が違うから。パッと見た目で
Yo, Riff, thanks for the 10 gift subs, dude. This is great. I love this kind of behind the scenes development. Just hearing passion from devs.
丘陵地がめちゃくちゃ多くて、そこすごく参考にしてて、視界のブラインドの作り方とか、遠くの
This game is kind of cool because it makes nighttime actually scary. The nighttime is actually super dark, and light is like a gameplay element that you have to figure out.
っていう話で、まあ説明したと思うんですけども。
I wonder if they'll talk about Dragon's Dogma Online, where they eventually add co-op, because this game did not have co-op. It has like AI co-op technically.
前に行くってなったらね、こう意識を感じたりとか。
Is it spoopy? At times, yeah. Going through dark castles and shit.
今でこそわかるけど、
賢くするのはまあ頑張ったらできんねやけども、賢いから
Yeah, and they wanted it to be a single-player game, which makes me think that possibly the sequel that may or may not have been announced is also a single-player game.
100時間も200時間もプレイしてたら自分のポーン可愛いな。
Because that seems to be the focus. They want it to be SP and not a big like co-op MP game.
してましたね。髪型とか色とか変えまくって、いかにやり込み度合いを他の人に見せるかっていうのも。
その辺がね。
That was like Xbox 360 footage.
俺のポーンすごいはまあ可愛いでしょ、賢いでしょ、変わってるでしょっていうのをね、貸し借りの中でやるっていう。
子供の頃からやってきた本当にね、真ん中な感じ、変に端に行かないど真ん中な感じのファンタジーなんかなっていう意識ではやってるけどね。魔界村のね。
Yeah, my pawn was like Dr. Doom
本当に
at
初
the
期に書
time.
いたことがあって、まあでもそれじゃないなってなってね、いつのが言ってたよね。
でサイクロプスっていうのは昔象の骨を見た人が鼻のところが穴を目じゃないかと、象の目小さいにね、ここちょっとあるだけなんで、こういう一つ目の大きい巨人がいるんじゃないかっていうところから生まれた伝説なんじゃないかなという話があって、この話がすごい好きだったんで、まあ、その話をベースにちょっと一回考えてみたらどうみたいな。まあ、皮膚感もね、象とかからモチーフで持ってこれたり、サイとかね、象から。
Here's the cool part of Dragon's Dogma, the mounting system and shit.
思いましたよね。
あれが一発目やったっけ？
あれが一発目やったと思う。
うん。まあそれでなんとなく決まった感じがあるよね、その方向性的にはね。
うんうん。キメラもそのモンスターが
Chimeras were cool, Griffins were cool, the Giants were cool.
他の動物の
Chimeras were scary as hell though.
食ってるとか。
They were fucking tough.
そういう風に見えたんじゃないかとか。
When's the last time I played it? We played Dark Arisen on PC very briefly, but it was when a lot of stuff was coming out back in, I don't know, 2015, 2016. So I played it very briefly. I essentially got to the first big town, and that was it. But if you want to talk about the last time I actually played Dragon's Dogma, was the launch, the vanilla game on Xbox 360. It would definitely be time to revisit, depending on what happens at the end of this video. There's a lot of stuff to revisit, man. We got a lot of shit to play through very soon. We just beat Resident Evil 4, so now I'm thinking of playing FF7 and Dragon's Dogma again. Do you really? Oh my god, another shirt reveal. I don't believe it.
ドラゴンズドグマ2作ってます。
They gave us a shirt development.
スタッフ一同頑張って作っています。ご期待ください。
No new footage. Chat, we were joking. We were joking that this was how they were going to reveal Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 with a shirt reveal. Instead, it's a shirt and a logo. Likely mature rating. So at least I owe you guys some gift subs, right? At least I do owe y'all some gift subs. I'm sort of disappointed that this was a shirt reveal, but you know what? I'm happier that this shirt reveal happened than Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Then like Kitase over there, and he just takes off his jacket and he's got a big ol' 7 Remake Part 2 tattoo like etched across his chest or something like that. For some reason, this is a thing that has happened there's a reason it's a meme. It's happened multiple times on several different games where there's like a shirt reveal of we're making a game. See you later. Like that's it. That's what we're doing. And I'm like, it's a little disappointing because it's happened so much over the years. But, you know, that's cool. Right? It's cool that Dragon's Dogma 2 is in development. What this reveals is you're not seeing this until next year, right? You're not seeing Dragon's Dogma 2 until probably E3 timeframe 2023. So you got to wait for all the other Capcom games to come out. You got to wait for all of that other shit to essentially be out. Street Fighter 6 will be out. Resident Evil 4 Remake will be out. Crazy Not Dino Crisis is going to be out. So that by the time E3 timeframe next year, that's when Dragon's Dogma most likely is going to be a thing. It's being made with RE Engine? Of course it is. That's not surprising. That is absolutely not surprising that it's being made with RE Engine. Of course it is. Because everything is being made with RE Engine. There's no reason to use Unreal at Capcom. They have their own engine. And it looks fucking great, you know? Anything else pop up? Steam FF7 unlocks in like 7 hours? Cool. Alright, is there anything else I'm missing? Anything that's popped up that is worthwhile? Can we look at FF7 again? I mean, we looked at it a lot. We checked it out a lot. What's next? I mean, I need to take a break. I can't believe how much fucking amazing news. Oh, jeez.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Jesus. So sick. There's just so much good news. Oh, this is cool. Right? Comparison shots. Wow. Wow. The harsh reminder that this is a PSP game. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it looks pretty, I mean, pretty honorable, you know? The characters, well, you know what? It actually is a remaster, you know? The character's framing is identical. Everything in the background, it's like they're literally putting stuff over what is the original assets. It's not like they're remaking these scenes. No. It is like a true remastering of something in between a remaster and a remake, you know? Like their faces are in the exact same positions. The characters' rigs are not moved at all. So to me, this sort of comes across as more of a remaster. A remakester, you know? Interesting observation. And so we got this too. Let me open up this chat so we can take a look at this development stuff. Let me see if there's anything else that has popped up.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
I'm looking. Hang on a second. How many? Oh, by the way, before we go any further, how many gift subs do I owe you? Right? How many gift subs do I actually owe you guys at this point? Does anybody know? How many gift subs do I actually owe you? All right, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look at an actual moderator. Is it 150? Because what happened? Dragon's Dogma 2 happened. FF7 Remake happened. It was it 250? 100 for Dragon's Dogma? And 150 for 7 Remake Part 2? Was it 250 in total? I think that sounds about right. Right? I think that seems to be... Gacked also happened. I didn't make a gift sub bet on that. I said I was not going to do that because I did not want to. I did not want to. That was not something that was going to make me happy. So I did not do it. Chat. Yo, thank you everybody, by the way, for all the subs and everything. Sweet Jesus. Oh, I can only do 100 at a time, of course. Of course. I'm a man of my word, chat. All right? I'll hold up. I'll give it to you. We hung out together. We got to experience this together. I'll hold up. I'll give it to you. I'll definitely read the donations. Don't worry. I'll give it to you, Chad. Okay. Damn, that's a lot of scrolling. That is a lot of scrolling. Oh, we eating good today, boys. We eating good today. There you go. Thank you, chat, for hanging out. Dodge the shit out of those. Try dodging those, chat room. Sweet Jesus. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around with us on this insane 10-minute, the greatest 10 minutes of the year? Close to it, right? Next to, like, Street Fighter. Jesus, man! This year's fucking crazy. I have to just, like, everything was separated a lot, right? But I have to just mention how fucking bonkers the past, like, 6 months have technically been if you combine everything together. Street Fighter 6, Resident Evil remake, Resident Evil 4 remake, and Final Fantasy 7 remake part 2, all announced within, you know, the few months of each other, right? Like, this E3 is proper fucking nuts. Granted, I mean, I'm just saying new things coming out. FF16 also got a trailer. Like, shit is popping off. There has been some absolute insane... Dragon's Dogma 2 is practically not an announcement, right? It's an announcement that's not an announcement. But this has already been some crazy shit that has been shown and revealed that we didn't realize was technically around. Like, I can't even believe it, man. It's crazy. So, what do we got? What do we got? All right, I think this is the last thing, at least for now, that's new. Please be aware of spoilers, answers, and questions. We designed the posters and vending machines to feature throughout the train station. Why these designs were chosen, then are cut from the game, and so why. Designed these together with several designers. Some of the posters look like they were intended to spread and influence the Shinra company in public spaces. There are also some more generic ones. We put a number of unique FF references in the promotional projects to enhance immersion of the world. Some designs that were rejected because they were too similar to advertising slogans by real-world companies. Information boards constructed. Even in an early part of the game, the script is far more detailed than the original Final Fantasy VII. How was the original script used in the creation of 7 Remake? How did it need to be adapted? The role that the script plays in a game can change a lot depending on between when we make the original to the remake. At the time, 7, all a script needed to do was convey the original story. But nowadays, it is also used as a script for the motion capture, voice recordings, actors who don't know a lot about the game. It also needs to contain a lot more detail about the backdrops and locations if they don't exist. So everyone on the extended development team are all working towards the same image. This is where good direction and good producers really come into hand. As the design work progresses, we also needed to add additional notes about the characters' emotional states or the nature of the situation. When we were putting that together for 7 Remake, we did play through the original game and watch play videos as reference, but we didn't often refer to the original script directly. Instead, we put a lot of emphasis on the feelings and impressions that we got from a particular scene when we played the original and would enhance these moments, because obviously the original FF7 has a lot of interpretation. It's text and barely emoting characters. So, of course, they have to sort of have, instead of like directly following the script, that makes a lot of sense. You have to sort of convey what were you feeling in that shit, and then that's what the characters need to go through. That's really cool. As Cloud switches to Punisher mode, it looks as if he takes a stance similar to Sephiroth's fight. Is this intentional? We didn't specifically set out to imply that, but we wanted something that would look clearly different from the regular stance. We collaborated with motion designers to create a ready position that would look and flow easily into blocking attacks, which would also fit Cloud's personality. The fact that it's a logical stance would also have resulted in resembling Sephiroth's style in the end. That makes sense. It just sort of happened that way. The lifts and elevators the team take look far cleaner in the original versions in the game. These given an overhaul. The important themes and remakes are to depict everyday lives of people in Midgar, so there were some things we changed to give a better presence. Mako Reactor 1 was reimagined as it is as still deteriorating but maintaining quite frequently. The intention here was to create the impression that the reactor staff might have been using the same elevator until moments ago, to give the player the idea that Midgar is closely involved with Mako energy in their lives. The laser beam grid was in the original game, but designed from the ground up. This wasn't something that was concepted for the original Final Fantasy VII. We needed to include tutorials for the various gameplay features in Chapter 1 and use lasers as a way to explain dash controls. That makes sense. We love Jessie's reaction to laser stuff. Why isn't she tense like Cloud and Barrett? Oh, these are basic questions. Talking about Jessie's character. Why is there a choice for the bomb detonation timer? Having the player set the timer to increase the feeling of urgency during the escape sequence after defeating the Scorpion was essential. Why this was added. The effect of the choice of the game is to add more reward Jesse gives you in Chapter 2, which is very original FF70. Not having the timer countdown during the Scorpion Sentinel fight like it did in the original 7 was because we felt that it gave a lot of stress to players who were not used to the battle system yet, so we decided it should start after the battle finished. Makes sense. How are the Scorpion attacks thought up and created? Cool. I mean, that's neat. It looks amazing. Is Barrett strong enough to wield Cloud's Buster Sword with one hand? What? Barrett's biceps are massive. What is this fanfiction question, man? What the hell? Huh? I don't give a shit. This is so weird. The real questions. Could Barrett hold Cloud's Buster Sword? What's really important, you know? We're going to get to the root of this. We need to know. You guys can read that one, all right? I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm looking for. I saw some passing by messages of like higher quality trailers. Are those real or are they not? Are those real high quality trailers?
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Is there actually a 4K trailer now or no? Or is it just like upscaled bullshit? Genuinely curious. They are fake. They're just re-uploads of 1080p and 4K. Yeah, they're probably not even upscaled. They're probably just rendered out at 4K. Bullshit. Bullshit. God damn it. Anyway. Thank you, everybody. Right? Oh, they changed the gameplay of Crisis Core. Really? Okay, that's what I want to hear. Right, so this is a shot from DMW. The DMV shit is still there. It's hard to tell because this could not just... Actually, you know, this is mapped to top left, bottom right. And they don't have an attack button, right? They don't have the actual menu that is like attack, magic, item. At least we don't see it, you know? I don't know. Until we get official confirmation, I still think that's a little too early to tell. We don't know if the game's auto-attacking. No, roulette thing? No. The roulette thing is right here. That's what it is. It's right there. Yeah, this is like a hot bar. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say that is inconclusive as of right now, you know? Holy shit, chat. I can't believe it, dude. Yo, Stumbler, thanks for the $50. Remember the Dark Age of Capcom? Thanks for the 50, by the way. When almost every one of your streams was how sad you were and how they didn't use their IPs properly. We're back, baby. I know, dude. It's crazy. This shit has been fucking nuts. Seed Leonhardt, thanks for the 777s. Greetings from Germany, FF Rebirth. For Cloud's Rebirth? Question mark Hojo? That's a good call, right? Oh, yeah, let me see the Allies' reaction. Did the Allies already put up their...
Last one.
Yeah. I want to see what they...
Let's take a look.
No games right into it.
This is a person talking.
Oh, shit.
Dude, this is already more than I expected.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The past is forever, but the future, even if it has been written, can be changed.
The ending to remake is so fucking wild.
Fucking
crazy.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
What?
Oh! Wait, it's the flashback probably. It's more fleshed out now.
Oh,
shit. Oh!
Dude, it's at 1,000 meters away.
I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Fuck.
Brad is losing it. Look at his ass melting. His brain melting.
Reactor, Damiani? Right?
In the mountains?
Wait, does she come back in this?
You were here with me.
I mean, that's exactly what
this
they're
is all.
That's what they're implying.
They're
that
gonna
she
show
doesn't
when
die
they
forever.
escape. Oh shit! And they get captured.
I'm trying so hard to find you.
And they're held at the mansion. Oh.
This is crazy.
The alternate! The alternate! The alternate!
Yes,
dude! What?
Perfect title.
And there goes the audio. And there goes the audio. And there goes the microphones.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was good. That was very good. There goes the Brad is just because the coolest part is that like I think Brad was kind of on board when I was explaining to him at least like the crazy ass thought process that this is a sequel and not an actual remake. Like all the crazy shit this is setting up is that no, this is post Advent Children, guys. And like I had to get Ben on board. Brad was like, yeah, and Ben was just like, no, and then I made up this level thing to sort of like get you on board of how deep this stupid shit is actually going with the theory crafting, and I'm like, dude, let me introduce you to how crazy I think this shit is actually going, and all the nutty ass examples that happen throughout the game, and it's like all this shit is lining up. It seems really weird, and then by the time I get to level 4, Ben is like, okay, all right, that all seems very convenient. That all seems like, yeah, that all is lining up. I'm still remembering back to looking at the comments where it's like everyone thinks this shit is true and this bitch is literally making this shit up. Right? Everyone goes to this video of Max talking about this insane theory craft like fan fiction bullshit, and everyone thinks that this is like exactly what's going on now. And someone's like, I don't believe this is all Max's crazy fever dream. Fever dream, huh? Fever dream, huh? Don't you mean post Urge of Cerberus? Yeah, technically. Yeah, it technically is post Urge of Cerberus. That was the last events, you know? You still crazy, though? Are you crazy? Right? Are you really crazy when all the shit that you're talking about and theorizing eventually just comes true? And that's where the story's going? Is it crazy? I don't know. I don't feel fucking crazy. An actual 4K trailer? Curious Joy, hi. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't feel fucking crazy. Sorry. Audrey posted the Rebirth trailer with Japanese English subs. Nice. I mean, I like that. That's cool, but it doesn't. This will have some minor differences. I trust the localization staff, right? Don't get me wrong. I'd argue 7 Remake has some of the best localization I have ever fucking seen in a game because of how good the characters are. But I am curious to see how different some of the Japanese stuff is.
Sephiroth はあの日の続きを始めたんだ。ジェノバと共にこの星を取り戻して支配者になるとかいう計画の続きを。あの日もう手遅れだと思った。
それって私を疑ってるの？あの時とは別人じゃないかって。
5年前俺たちは一緒にここに来たのか。ザックスどこにいるんだ。
あなたを探しているの。
ごめんな。何もしてやれなくてさ。
A lot of stuff remains pretty similar. The translation's way different. I mean, there's some stuff that's off, and it could infer to certain things, right? Do you think the last part was Zach? Yeah, you're right. I think the voice genuinely sounded different. If there's one thing we can definitely conclude from this, yeah, that's Zach's voice. That's Zach's Japanese voice. Good call on that, chat. Yo, Patomato, thank you, dude. So anyway, people are gonna pull from this shit because Zach is essentially going to a different timeline Midgar, right? Just to wrap things up, chat, right? Just to establish what the hell this is sort of referring to. Alternate timeline Zach is a thing, right? Alternate timeline Zach does exist. This is not the fallen plate area. This is construction. You see how they specifically put like construction stuff here? We're literally looking at some Final Fantasy VIII Laguna shit, where Zack at some point survived. Zack and Cloud at some point made it back unscathed to Midgar in some weird alternate timeline. You see the results of that, obviously, at the end of Intergrade, where Zack is trying to meet up with Aerith, but what happened at the end of Intergrade, it's presumed that Aerith is either missing or dead, right? That in Zack's timeline, Aerith did not survive. So something crazy is going on. I think it is still leaning towards the idea that in Zack's timeline, we might be getting visions of it or getting essentially gameplay portions of his timeline, similar to what happens with fucking Laguna in Final Fantasy VIII. So I don't know. I think this once again is leaning towards the idea that there was a lot of stuff that was referring to the fact that this was an alternate timeline, that there is shit happening somewhere. And in my long-running crackpot theory is that these timelines will eventually connect, because we have characters doing things in different times and different places, where you have our main party doing the thing they usually do, and then Zack and his weird fan fiction shit is also doing the same thing, where they're all probably trying to get to the top of the planet to fight Sephiroth. And at some point there's going to be a convergence where these things have to line up. So should be interesting. Right? It should be pretty fucking interesting where they're taking this, because now that's going to be some really weird stuff that we don't know exactly what's happening in Zack's timeline. Our main characters are in their own timeline where they're doing some weird shit. Remake, rebirth, reconnect. I don't know. Like that. Max with insider info. I'm just saying. All I'm saying, I'm gonna spoiler the shit out of you guys. I'm gonna give you guys 7-year spoilers, and I said this 3 years ago. I'm sorry, several years ago when we beat part 1. So that was like 9-year-old spoilers. Are you ready? Are you ready? The spoiler is what they're setting up for this entire thing. Giant personal spoiler take is that eventually Cloud and Zack are gonna meet each other again. Eventually they're gonna meet each other and they're gonna beat the shit out of Sephiroth together. That's like the ultimate conclusion. That's the coolest fucking thing that could possibly happen at the end of this shit, is that eventually they actually find each other again and get their resolution that Cloud never had. And then they beat the shit out of the bad guy. That's where it all comes together type shit. Fucking A. How cool would that shit be? I'd be very happy. Anyway, be very happy. Do I still think a certain character dies? Yes. I think that's the big question, right? I think the big question is, like, does that still have to happen? We'll see. And to me, and then once again, these are the same, I'm just repeating the same shit I said a couple years ago. To me, the best thing you can do to the player as a game designer is to have the players think that you can save her. I think the best thing is that you can give the impression that it's possible. You can give the impression that throughout this game, we're going to change shit. And then eventually, you can't. That there's constants. That eventually, Bugenhagen is going to be like, God damn, I can't wait. I cannot wait till we get to Cosmo Canyon in part 2. And we talk to Bugenhagen, and he literally breaks this shit down. He talks about other timelines. He's going to talk about how time is weird. He's going to talk about how there's constants, how there's He's going to literally break all of this shit down for us when you eventually get to Bugenhagen. He's not going to say the exact same stuff about the universe and the planets and energy and all this kind of stuff that leads to the themes of FF7. He's going to talk about all this shit, but Bugenhagen 100% is going to be the character that is sort of connected. Like, of all the characters that have seen shit that happened post-Advent Children, right? Or in that old situation, Aerith is aware, and I think Bugenhagen isn't aware. I'm sorry, Aerith and Sephiroth are aware of the events of the original FF7, as well as Bugenhagen. I think that's how you fucking do it. Because he was the most connected to the planet than anyone outside of, like, Aerith. So Bugen will know what's going on, and Red 13 potentially as well, where these characters will have a good idea of what the hell's up. So, fuck, man. That did bring about Sephiroth's downfall. Here's the thing. The end of Final Fantasy VII was not the good ending. The end of the original Final Fantasy VII was bad end. And the director, Kitase, said that in interview. That at the end of Final Fantasy VII, you see the world 500 years in the future, and it's devoid of humans. Everyone's gone. Something happened. People are gone. So that's actually bad end. So apparently, whatever happens originally doesn't work out. So I don't know, some weird shit. Why would certain characters? To me, there's no better reason. There's no better thematic reason of justifying the fact that you think you can bring her back, but you can't. And a lot of people are like, they're gonna kill Tifa instead. Tifa has no relevance to the world. Tifa has relevance to you, the player, and to Cloud, right? Tifa's important to Avalanche, but not the fucking world, right? That's a much different thing. Aerith is the last surviving living creature on the planet that technically is connected to the planet, right? That can communicate with the planet. Her death, her eventual potential death, is much more important, right? So people that are like, oh, if they kill Tifa, right, that's going to be crazy. To me, that doesn't make any sense thematically. That just makes me sad. I'm sad. But in terms of the game, how does that affect the world or something? Like, I don't know. Like, that to me, that doesn't make any sense. Aerith dying, even though I like Tifa way more, but Aerith potentially being the one that bites the bullet makes a lot more sense to the overarching story, especially at that point in the game. At least to me, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, it's super sad because everyone loves Tifa. I'd argue everyone likes Tifa more than Aerith for the most part, because they should. Because of course you should. But I really don't agree with that one. To me, that makes no sense to me. Yo, Rodin, thanks for the 50 gift subs, dude. Holy shit. Why not both? Yeah, fuck it. Kill everybody, right? Kill everybody Cloud likes. Fuck it. Kill everyone Cloud likes. Just make it like a Ronin solo adventure. Everybody fucking dies. Who knows? I mean, we don't. This is the fun part. We could be playing a one-to-one. This is what's so much fun about this. We could be playing a one-to-one remake of the original, and we know exactly what's going to happen. We know exactly where they're going to go. Eventually, we're going to go to Golden Saucer. Eventually, everything's just going to line up the exact same way as it did with the original. To me, this is so much more fun. So much more fun that we have no fucking clue. How is Zack alive? What's going on? Time Jannies are dead. Does that mean that we're going to someplace? Or wait a minute, does that mean we're not even going to go to the original areas? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, no. I still think we're going to all the OG places, but the way that happens now is going to be completely different. Now, Cloud is like mistrusting everybody in his party because he thinks they're lying to him and shit because Cloud's memories are jacked. He's the unreliable narrator. When will I be on Easy Allies? I was just talking about that. I mean, hit up Huber or Ben or Brad. Tell them I'm down. If I got to go down to their offices again, sure. Right? If we need to have a call or something, sure. I'm down. Do all this is fresh. Fucking Co. Hi. What's up, Co? Thanks, man, for the 81 months. I think I got like 81 or 82 on your 81 or 82 on your channel right now too. Hi, Co. It's exciting, right? Dropped frames again just to like get on there with JP and Strippin just to like, you know, shoot the shit. Fuck, man. This is a fat ass announcement is what it is. Oh my god. There's so much here that there's arguably more stuff in the tweets from the devs that explain exactly and practically confirm what we're talking about. That is ridiculous. Shit. Anyway, I have some stuff to read. Sin put in 5. What's Genova's role with this crazy theory crafting? Genova's a constant, right? Genova's like a part of the fucking live stream in the same way that Sephiroth is, right? Genova has like permeated like the live stream and time and shit like that. So they're all encompassing. Like the time Jannies and all that stuff. It's a fucking insane alien creature that has become part of the planet, and it's purging the planet of that shit. It's also made its way into multiple timelines and stuff like that. So yes, Genova is arguably the crazy cosmic horror show that's about to get even crazier. That is also potentially just in Sephiroth, right? Stud McLovin, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Zack living in a timeline caused Sephiroth's incursion in this timeline, which also caused Zack, which caused Sephiroth? My brain hurts right now to explain that one. I don't know. Lick-chan, all your predictions came true once again. Thank you. I appreciate it. Renegade for good. Thank you as well, man. Your hype for the years got me into FF7 and got me to love the original and the remake. Especially means a lot because my dog this morning. This has helped me keep my mind off stuff. God bless you. Thank you, Renegade. I appreciate it, man. Joy, thank you for the gift subs. Let me scroll down a bit. I need to get to some others. Jeez, man. Should we change the stream tags? Yes. Man, I can't believe this, like, 10 minutes delivered so hard. Zerk and Hyperion, thank you, guys. I can't believe this little 10 minutes pumped out so much shit that it was insane. I was saying merchandise and stuff, and I was like, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Are you really doing this to us? Are you really? You got us here for 10 minutes, and you're gonna fucking show us shirts and shit? I am gonna lose my mind. At the beginning of that, I was close to just, like, breaking down, like, super pissed off. Anyway. WTF is a juice. Thanks for the 777. Started my streamer journey on YouTube thanks to your inspiration. Yo, congratulations, man. 2023 is going to be GOAT. Street Fighter 6, RE4, Spider-Man 2, Starfield, FF16, 7 Rebirth. 2023 is coming for that crown. Fiscal 2023 certainly is, right? They certainly are. Yeah, they saved the best for last. Yeah, this was definitely a great teaser. Doesn't this make you concerned? What? That there's too many games? Am I not concerned? Concerned that everything sounds fucking awesome and what they're setting up for is super cool? I mean, I don't know. I think I'm concerned the fact that they're doing too much that I wanted, that they might be directly listening. I'm a little concerned about that. They should listen to other people. Yo, Sephiroth's Child, thanks for the 10 gift subs. Ghost of Corel, our farmer, thanks for the gift subs, guys. OG put in 777s. What do you think about the black feather from the world where Zack is dead and the white feather where Aerith is dead? Since these two seem to have different worlds and intergrade. Yeah. The black feather is definitely referring to Sephiroth. I don't know. It's a metaphorical thing, I feel. I don't feel it's like, oh, the bitch is literally right there and here's the feather falling. No, there's a black crow, like a nasty black bird that is absolutely representing the fact that Sephiroth is back type shit, right? The metaphorical representation of that nasty looking bird at the beginning of 7 Remake Part 1 in that cutscene is quite, my interpretation of that, with knowing what the fuck is going on, that bird is there as a representation of the fact that Sephiroth is back. The fact that he's coming back to the timeline to essentially fuck shit up and figure out that he found a way through. Can we see it again? Yes. Yes, that'd be a good idea. For anybody that doesn't remember. This is here. Right here. This shit is like we're coming back to Midgar. This is my interpretation. We're essentially returning to Midgar after we've been gone for a long time, which can be interpreted many different ways. Obviously, it's a remake, right? At least we thought. But it's also the fact that we're returning to Midgar, to a different Midgar, to one that is now about to be like literally poisoned by fucking Sephiroth. And I think that's what this bird is. Like, that's a lot of people are like, you're just making shit up. I mean, you have to think of the developer intentions and stuff. And also, the music, which you can barely hear. Thank you. I think it's literally Sephiroth's theme. The bird is representing Sephiroth returning to fucking Midgar. He's back to fuck shit up. You don't realize it. You're like, oh man, the Sephiroth theme, that's cool. Like, all these, when you first play it, all these things feel like references. They feel like, they just feel like, oh, nice, just references to what's going on. That's really cool. That's pretty. No, in multi-million-dollar giant productions that are arguably the biggest, most valuable thing a company has, you don't just do shit for the sake of doing shit. You have to put symbolism there. There's metaphorical interpretation. There's like all this shit that they're hinting at, and the same way that they use with music, especially in Remake Part 1, is there for a reason. It's for reasons like this. They want you to go back and replay it in a way that makes sense. And I think we did this before, like a couple years ago. We're like, damn, they play the Sephiroth theme at the beginning of the fucking game. That's weird. That's really weird. It's just a bird. Yeah, I know it is just a bird. It is. Because when you first play this, that doesn't mean anything, right? And when you first play this version of the game, the bird doesn't mean anything. It's just cool. So you're not supposed to pick up on that shit. But your brain did. That's the kind of thing that they're looking for. Birds aren't real. Hold on a second. I think the intergrade ending also has the same shit. Does it not? Yeah, when it gets all dark. Slight spoilers. Was it at the beginning or the end? I can't remember. It's been a year. Is it 1/4 through the video?
Yeah, I know.
This is loud, I'm sorry.
Anyway, marching into the unknown ain't easy. But don't worry, because I'm here to lead the way.
That's comforting.
Think of this bird if it shows up as a metaphorical representation of Sephiroth, right?
Of course it is. All right, everyone, let's stop here for a minute.
And again, just to reiterate, I love this ending, but I was a little worried about it because everyone's buddy-buddy, right? Everyone's just super chill with each other. I was kind of worried about that because the fun stuff of Remake Part 1 is the fact that people aren't buddy-buddy, that they all are conflicting. And that makes stuff interesting when they eventually change. Everything's too chill, right? So I'm really glad that they're going with this approach that Cloud isn't trusting people, that the closer he gets essentially to Nibelheim and understanding what's happening, he is further fucked up by what's happening in his head. His insane mental illness essentially starts coming to a head, and now he's got like paranoia. Now he starts seeing things in different ways. Now he's doubting Tifa. Like, are you lying to me? Are you even who you think you are? I think that's awesome. I think Paranoid Cloud might be a great take for Part 2.
Leader's orders. Now breathe in that fresh...
Oh, it's when Yuffie's riding the chocobo? You're right. It's before this whole thing. Sorry. It was about to happen? Give me a second. I do remember something here. 1 second. This game's a year old, okay? We're allowed to spoiler it. It's been out for a long time. I'm gonna be playing this shit for a fucking month, right? If you're giving us a fully explorable large zone Final Fantasy VII Part 2, I'm gonna fucking touch every blade of grass, bitch. I'm gonna find every piece of foliage, motherfucker. I'm gonna go to the depths of fill it with stuff, right? Put shit everywhere. You know how many people have been waiting for that shit to fully explore an actual FF7 world map? Every blade of grass, motherfucker. Try me. Try me. Right? I think a lot of people will. You have to assume that a lot of people would be like that. Every dank hole.
Don't think I can do this alone.
Every chocobo dung pie.
The amazing Yuffie wants you.
Bring it on. Give me that shit.
Join her team and the sky's the limit.
I mean this shit. Damn, chat, you were wrong. Here. You were wrong, but you were also potentially right. Let's go back one more. We're almost there.
Anyway, marching into the unknown ain't easy. But don't worry, because I'm here to lead the way.
That's comforting.
Of course it is. All right, everyone, let's stop here for a minute. Leader's orders. Now breathe in that fresh air. Oh. Actually, scratch that. Let's, save it for later.
Stupid, beautiful Barrett. I think the prettiest character in this game is arguably fucking Barrett. Uh-oh. Same burb. Same bird. So I think that just means that, like, Sephiroth's still on their tail, right? That, like, metaphorically, we're not in Midgar anymore. Midgar's gone. So that was the Fort Condor? Yes, that's what that is, right? I don't know. Not the same burb? Fort Condor? I think it's the same burb, chat. Right? I think it's the same big ugly bird. That's the same fucking bird. I don't know what we're here talking about birds, and chat just refuses to believe me on any of this shit. Here's the thing, chat. I've been dealing with your doubting ass for 2 years now. That's the same bird, and you can kiss my ass. That is absolutely the same bird. You can kiss my ass. Fucking different bird. Like they know. Literally use your eyes. Stop seeing with eyes clouded by hate. They still have the audacity to say, oh no, it definitely isn't that. It's obviously not that. It's just a bird. They said it was just a bird. You're right, it's a different bird. You're right. It is a different bird. Look at that. The tail's different. Chat, did you see that? It's actually a different bird. I told you. Look at that. It's a completely different bird. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's a different bird. The bird's gone through some shit. This is like an eagle. Different bird. Told you. That could be Zach's bird. That could be a different burb. Burb representation. Anyway. Good talk. Right? Good talk. Hiding Hero, thanks for the 5. Is Zach's voice in Ever Crisis the same original voice of Zach from the original game on PSP? Ever Crisis? I don't think so. If you mean the one that's in, what's it called? The one that's in the new one, Crisis Core? I think it's actually a different Zach. I think so. The Unsocial Slob, thanks for the 777s. Sephiroth is the party leader at the beginning. Cloud has fluid movement with the environment. Could be wrong, though. What? Oh, that was me gifting subs earlier. Thanks, asshole. Biff McSkylark, thanks for the 5. Thoughts on Gact being the villain in the mobile game? The mobile game? I mean, that makes sense. It's a retelling of the old games. LX, thanks for the 10. Angeal is literally the only winged character of the Sinner Soldiers that had white wings. Sephiroth and Genesis both had black wings, but the Aerith connections could be on point. Yeah, I think it could be either one. I think it's definitely hinting possibly towards like Angeal reference. But here's the thing. In Zach's timeline where he's alive and he's taken Cloud back to Midgar, there's no way for us to infer that Angeal's still alive, right? There's no way for us to think, to come to any conclusions that Angeal is not still dead like he died in Crisis Core. Angeal's dead. That's like he literally withered away because they age fast, right? That's the whole gimmick of soldiers, is that they die quick. They don't live long lives. And the cool part is that we're going to be seeing that with Roach, where Roach is going to be essentially deteriorating over his inclusions in the story, which is going to be great. You're going to see the effects of what actually happens to people due to all the Mako infusion and stuff. That's technically also happening to Cloud, right? So I think we're going to get a lot of that shit. Fox Die, it's literally Fox Die. It's literally Fox Die shit. Roach has a mask in the play arts. I think that's story related. I think Roach having a mask makes a lot of sense. His face probably is fucked up. He's probably going through like the withering shit. He's all like peeling away. I mean, that makes a lot of sense why he'd have a mask. He's all fucked up. He's dying. Anyway, that's just extra nice little story stuff. Somebody wrote his name is Roach. Anyway, moving on. 777's from Patio Mattio. Do you think that Yuffie will be found in the wild, or will she be waiting in Wutai? Oh, no. She will not be waiting in Wutai. I'll tell you right now, you're going to be forced to go through a forest or something. Yuffie will not be optional. Vincent will not be optional. At some point, you're going to be forced to go through a forest on your way to, like, I don't know, the Crystal Caverns, or on the way to the marsh or the Chocobo Village. You're forced to go through a forest, and she essentially ambushes you and takes all your shit, right? That'll happen. And then you have to, as a party, you got to find her, get her shit. It'll become a proper scripted encounter the way it should be, you know? So I think that's what they'll do. Imagine if it was still optional. That'd be crazy. I think that'd be genuinely crazy if it was still optional, but I don't think that's happening. In the same way that, like, yeah, you're going to come across Vincent in the Shinra Manor, but he won't be optional. You're going to run into him no matter what. Same shit. Yeah, this time Yuffie also knows who the party is, technically, right? Technically, she has an awareness of Avalanche and shit. Why is Vincent important again? Here's a crazy tidbit. Vincent is technically the most important character to the core story of Final Fantasy VII. Like, Vincent technically has the most backstory because he has a direct relation to Lucrezia, who is Sephiroth's birth mother. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to like get refreshed on this shit. He was essentially in love with Sephiroth's surrogate mother, and went through a lot of crazy shit that was depicted absolutely fucking terribly in Dirge Cerberus. If you can stomach Dirge Cerberus, right? It is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. He's not her father. Hojo is Sephiroth's technical donor father, but the person that was actually deeply attached to Lucrezia and was actually killed because of it, like was killed and reanimated back to life, was Vincent. So Vincent was at the heart of it all the crazy Shinra scamming and all the nutty shit that they went through. Vincent was at the heart of it. He was a Turk. He was a Turk like one of the Turks was, until he died, until he was killed by Hojo. So he's super related. Like, his story is crazy important in the same way that, like, Zack was an optional thing in the original FF7, and you learn how crazy important his story is too. It's like, what the fuck? Like, 7 Original has so many things that are really crazy dire to the story that are not explained, that end up just being, they're just there. You're like, wow, dude, this seems like this should be a part of the main game, but it's not. Okay. Now they probably are going to be. Kitase, thanks for the 777s. 777s from Wrathhouse. Crisis Core's official hashtag is hashtag CCFF7R. The game could have a different ending. Good point. There could be a 7 remake teaser at the end of... Oh, man. There could be a 7 remake teaser the same way that this one had, that alludes towards what's happening with Zack in the future. That is a good fucking call. I would 100% do that, because you have to imagine that anyone that's excited about 7 Remake Part 2 is going to be buying that Crisis Core game. So I think that having a secret ending at the end of Crisis Core where he, like, wakes up somehow and he's not dead would be pretty fucking interesting. That'd be pretty crazy. It's called Reunion. Yeah, no, it's got the RE thing, right? It's got the rebirth, remake, reunion. It's got all of that shit. And we thought part 3 was going to be called Reunion. That was our assumption. But no, part 2 is called Rebirth, and I don't know what the hell they're going to call part 3. Redacted? Reloaded? Revengeance? Something. 777's from Kiko Jones. Where do you think the Rebirth ends? And what integrate DLC do you think it'll get? That's a great call. Right? That's a really good... Because it'll get a DLC most likely. My prediction is that part 2, and I've said this several times before, part 2 is not going to end where disc 1 ends. Part 2 is going to end at the crater. Right after what happens when the party makes it to the top of the planet at the crater. Right after that is where it ends. And that's where things are at their most dire. That's where everything is really bad for the main party, really bad for Shinra, really bad for everybody. So to me, that's the best place to end it, at the crater. And that leaves part 3 as a giant globe-trotting kaiju adventure, which would be dope. That's what I would do. And this right here takes place after Cloud and Zack are like heading towards, in the latest trailer, heading towards the city.
It's been a while, huh?
So Zack is now in a different timeline here.
How you been?
And to me, what this is depicting is a timeline where Aerith is already dead.
Hey.
Sid means part 3. Oh, hell no. Sid is Rocket Town. Sid is like midway through part 2. You have to realize how much stuff happens and how many places you revisit in part 2 after before you get to Temple of the Ancients. Sid would be part 2 and potentially Sid at the end of 2? No, man. Rocket Town happens right after Nibelheim. There's a shit ton of stuff that happens after Nibelheim. Like Nibelheim is like the middle of it. You know? Well, there's a lot of... We're definitely getting Sid in part 2. Vincent's in part 2. Yes, Vincent will be like around... Vincent happens right before Sid. To me, yeah, you don't get the Highwind until part 3. That's the gimmick. And what's... Yeah, oh shit, chat. I remember having this conversation with you guys literally. In part 2, you're sort of bound to normal forms of traversal. Chocobos, cars... the buggy, all that kind of stuff, the waterbound airplane, all that kind of shit, the tiny Bronco, you're essentially bound to the ground as far as your traversal in many ways. So how cool would it be if part 3 is about, now we have our globetrotting adventure, but now we have a fucking airship. Now we can go anywhere. To me, that makes a lot of sense. Where suddenly in part 3, that opens up a lot more, and it's about getting from place to place to place in the world, looking for kaijus, looking for all the weapons that have come out from the earth. Will it have chocobo racing? I almost guarantee you it will. I almost guarantee you part 2 is going to have chocobo racing. Part 3 might have chocobo. And this is, I'm going to spoil shit like for fucking crazy. Are you guys ready for my crazy crackpot theory prediction? Are you ready for number 2? And I've said this before, for anybody that was paying attention, I'm going to part 3. Going all the way to part 3. A lot of people are asking about chocobo breeding. And yes, I do think things like chocobo breeding and what they eventually lead to will be in the game, but they won't be optional. Jesus Christ.
Godlike.
There's Rodin. I think in part 3... the whole reason you have chocobos is to get you to weird and inaccessible parts of the planet that nothing else can get to except chocobos. To discover the super mysteries of the planet that give you this unique power. That unique power is there to fight the power of the weapons, right? And that's what part 3 is about. Part 3 is discovering the power of the ancients, which is what all that shit is, to fight the weapons. And that's why I think Knights of the Round is not an optional thing. Knights of the Round is a huge story thing in part 3 which is like, yes, the ancients used to summon this insane power, these knights of the round that would come forward and protect us from these like huge threats of the earth, of the planet, huge threats of Genova or crazy shit like that. And then, yeah, Knights of the Round will be an actual part of the story. So, how fucking cool would that be? When they actually make that shit like a huge part of the story, that getting the Knights of the Round is like, is a big part of it. Or Ultima, all that kind of shit.
I'm back!
The flowers are dead, chat. The flowers are like wilting and they're dead. They're all over the floor. They're tattered. What is metaphorical shit? We were talking about this a year ago. Christ's sake. I don't think because she left. Yeah, she just took off. Yeah.
Aerith?
She took off and took the flowers with her. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, she left the town and she took the flowers with her. How could she? She went to Costco. That's what the chat's saying. My prediction from a year ago is that in this timeline, Aerith is dead. That or she's been abducted. She definitely could have been abducted, but I'm calling it that she's dead. I think that's the big difference, is that's an interesting conflict, right? The fact that they're living separate of each other, they're living like literally in parallels with each other, but they obviously can't be there because in one place Zack is alone and in one place Aerith doesn't have Zack. That's cool. That's a cool fucking narrative thing to happen right there. That's neat. You saw a bird? Shut up, chat. You didn't see any birds. And it's sad. It's good. Their story is supposed to be tragic, There's a new bird. Ix Vomarek, thanks for the 25 gift subs, dude. And 10 gift subs after, my god. Noir King, thanks for the 5. Thank you for increasing my enjoyment of this game series. Passion is infectious. How do you feel about the third game being called Requiem? Likelihood? Yeah, very likely. What is Rebirth referring to? Oh, I think Rebirth is referring to Sephiroth. If part 2 ends where I think it does, right? What literally happens at the end of the crater? The black materia is given directly to Sephiroth. It's his rebirth. He's back, motherfucker. And he's not just limited by what he can do. No, he's in like full power. I mean, the same events have to take place. The same things have to happen. I think Rebirth is referring to Sephiroth. You figured Rebirth was referred to the story? Well, I mean, of course it is. Of course it is. Reunion for part 3. I don't think that one can be called Reunion because I don't think that can be called Reunion because, dang it.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Because this one's called Reunion. The new Crisis Core remake is called Reunion. So that's already taken, right? Already taken. So that's not happening. It would make sense that part 3 would be called Reunion, but that's not happening. Instead, this is Reunion. And this is definitely relevant to the story, right? This whole game is definitely going to be very relevant to what's happening with our characters. Umbravi, thanks for the 10 gift subs. Feldrig, thanks for the 5 gift subs. Regurgitation, I like that one. That's good. Aren't they naming their titles after what you say? I mean, we said this a long time ago. We said that remake was not referring to what the game is, but instead what characters are doing in the game. Remake was referring to the fact that Sephiroth is trying to remake the timeline. He's trying to remake a situation where he wins because he's a fucking time bitch now. $5 from Reunion, thank you. 777s from Fraser. Love seeing the excitement and joy for 7. It makes me even more hype. The remake streams helped me get through some COVID stuff back in 2020, so thanks for all you do. Thanks, man. Jugger Blob, thanks for the 777s. Rekka, thanks for the 777s. Can't believe I'm seeing Crisis Core coming back. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Center Shocks, goddamn, put in 50 gift subs. Thank you, dude. Feedy94, thanks for the 777s. And Jesus Christ, Cyber put in 23,331 bits. I'm just going to repeat that, see if it goes through. What the fuck? Thank you, Cyber. God damn. He says, did you get what he wanted? I got what I wanted and way more, right? I got what I wanted and way, way, way more. Oh, it was 3 cheer 777s? That makes sense. It was 3 cheer quad 7s is what it was. Thanks, dude. Yo, Grave Augustine. Pop Shot Tiger, thanks for the gift subs. Center Shocks again, thanks for 50 gift subs. What the fuck? John Avalon, thanks for the 777s. He said, I'm ready. All right, chat, I think I'm caught up. Assy, thanks for the 777s. Gact, thanks for the 777s. Appreciate it. Final Hazard Plus, thanks for the 777s. Dude, we got a lot to look forward to. Man, we got a lot of shit to look forward to. I'm looking forward to it. Next E3 is going to be big, man. Next E3 is going to be all about this shit, you know? This and potentially Final Fantasy 16. Goddamn. Miami Advantage, thanks for the gift subs. Hitbox Johnny, thanks for the gift subs. And Phantom Musician, thanks for the 5. MD, thanks for the 777s. All right, chat, I'm going to go spend time with my baby and my wife a bit. I'm going to try to recoup from all this. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming later tonight. This was a healthy amount of shit that happened that I'm very excited about. And there's a lot of stuff to look forward to from the next for the next year, apparently. Tokyo Time, thanks for the 777s. You excited for Red 13's backstory again? Learning the truth about his father? Yes. Jesus Christ. Everything in Cosmo Canyon is going to be insanely cool. Axiom, thanks for the 777s. The second bird definitely looks like a small phoenix. Some style feathering on the wings and tail. Yellowish oranges. Rebirth? Yeah. Yeah, good point. That's a good point. Seaman, thanks for the 777s. What do you think the Shinra Mansion's boss will be? Vincent, Odin, Safe, Yin and Yang, Sonon? The mansion is essentially ground zero for the crazy experiments. Yeah, they can go crazy, right? Who knows? Like, that's the coolest part, is that's just like a crazy breeding ground for nutty Shinra bullshit. It should be spooky, is what it should be. Remembrance, thanks for the $50. I cracked the final name, Max. Remembrance? I like Revengeance. Thank you so much, dude. Raiko Moonscar, thanks for the 10. Those feathers on the bird clearly look like a classic Phoenix design. It kind of does. Kind of referring to Rebirth. That's a great call. That's a great call, chat. Sometimes you guys are prophets, you know? Edbert, thanks for the 5. New bird is Genesis Bird. But yeah, sure. Neos, thanks for the 777s. The Japanese stories that were translated, Sephiroth's story was Livestream Black and Eros Livestream White. Yes, this is where we practically got a lot of confirmations that the game was a remake. But the remake was only in name. It was essentially a sequel. Those feathers perfectly are there, super related to the remake, essentially the start of it all. Yeah. See, Mankey, thanks for the 5. Do you think Vincent will be a boss fight in the Shinra Mansion? That'd be dope. Pentagram Industries, thanks for the 777s. I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, but do I need to play all the previous games to understand 7 Remake storyline? No, you don't. If you're interested in 7 Remake storyline, all these games are relatively standalone, so you can play 7 Remake and be fine. You could play Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 and be fine. If you really liked it, I would go back and play the OG, the old PlayStation 1. You'd be fine there too. If you want to play Final Fantasy 16, that's a completely different game. They're unrelated to each other, right? They are all in their own worlds with their characters for the most part. So, anyway, X-Squire, what if there are 2 Aeriths and one of them takes the fall and the other Aerith gets to live with the main team? Yeah, like, that stuff could be fun. A lot of crazy story shit that could happen there that I like. Bacon Bits, thanks for the 777 cider for the remake, though I did find it weird that the end scene of Rebirth trailer has the plate that already fallen. No, that's not a fallen plate, bro. That's just the construction part. There's a huge part of the Final Fantasy... Hold on a second. There's a huge... Oh, fuck, I'm just gonna minimize this. Hang on a sec, chat. God damn it. Hey, yes, shut up. That's this part, right? There's a huge part of a sector of Midgard that's under construction. So Zack is essentially walking in over here, right? This is like sector 6 or 5 or something. This shit is not complete. So that's not the fallen plate, right? That's not. They essentially crash like this plate right here, I think. Something like that. This one fell a long time ago in the past. and they're essentially fixing it, you know? But that happened like way in the past, so that doesn't really have direct relevance. What Zach is walking in on, God damn it. What Zach is walking in on here is that area, right? He's essentially walking into, because look at all the construction shit. He's essentially walking into, this isn't the plate that recently fell in like Remake, you know? Anyway. The Modal Soul, thank you. And the Wreck, thanks for the 5 months. I gotta go, chat. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. It's nice to be as excited for this as so many other people are. I'm curious to see other people's takes on what's happening and all this crazy shit so that we can sort of revisit and go over and replay stuff. And games coming out on Steam, which is super fucking nice. I'm absolutely looking forward to this whole nutty situation. And the fact that the game looks so good and looks so friggin' ridiculous is crazy. We were spoon-fed some good shit today. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm going to try to get these videos up on YouTube as soon as possible, chat. They might not go up until like late tonight or tomorrow because they'll take some time. But don't worry, there will be a lot of stuff. I'll get the Capcom Dragon's Dogma stuff, the reaction to this, some of the follow-up conversations. I'll try to get them all up on YouTube in a consumable format, which might take a little bit of time. So I'll be back as soon as possible. I'll let you guys know on Twitter if I'm coming back tonight. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace, dudes.